friend.
Doc.
He's more than a friend.
I just don't do that
You
for my
got
buddy.
what I need.
All right, we're going live, and y'all missed it. Y'all so missed it. The camera was just getting turned on.
And so were we.
Oh, my God.
Turn down for what?
Yeah. So, listen, I got this Confederate flag, and I just asked the doc, because she's not white,
No way.
and she's not straight.
Wait, I'm
What?
not white? Oh, my
Did
God.
they not tell you?
I'm not white.
So I showed her this
I'm so
picture of the
sorry.
Confederate flag, and I said, "Does this offend you?" And it's the Confederate flag,
That is not
with
a Confederate
the
flag.
gay flag behind it. What do you call the gay flag? Do you call it the gay
No,
flag?
it's not called the gay flag. It's
I'm
called
asking.
the pride. It's called the pride flag.
It's the pride flag.
Happy Pride.
Happy
Everybody.
Pride.
Okay.
Happy
That's-
Pride.
See, we're trying to get educated
Are
here.
you going?
We're not.
I am actually going this year. Oh, I'm sorry, Scotty.
So you're not offended by that Confederate flag?
That's not the Confederate flag.
How is it not the Confederate flag?
The
It still has the X. It still has the stars representing the states.
The Confederate flag is a blue X with white rainbows, with white stars, and a red
Blue
background.
diamonds and Lucky Charms. That still has the blue X
No,
with the
but
white
that's
stars.
not the same. It's not the same.
That's the southern states of gayness.
That is.
We are united.
Doesn't have California in there.
No.
Whatever happened? California.
Her
was
mouth
always
just fell. She's
I
just
thought
like,
California was like the pinnacle of gaydom.
Oh no. Well, San Francisco.
gaydom.
San Francisco.
San Francisco is for gay men, and
Okay.
yeah.
So where's the gay women get their town?
Florida.
No, it's not.
Florida.
The gay women are actually Provincetown, P-town,
Really?
Connecticut.
Oh wait.
I didn't know.
So if a lesbian
didn't
never
either.
has sex
I'm
with
not
a
a lesbian.
man,
I'm not.
She's a
lesbian,
gold
so no.
star.
wait. If she's never had sex with a man, then technically she's still a virgin. So
Yeah.
y'all get to claim the Virgin Islands. Just saying.
That was lame.
Why not? The gay
Wait.
men. The gay men have taken over Key West. I mean,
No, the gay men took over San Francisco.
Well, it was
It's 'cause
always
they-
ours.
because they like all those heels.
where does Atlanta fall into all this?
Three.
Atlanta
Number three.
is the
Number three.
black gay mecca.
Black gay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
the black gay
What
mecca.
I mean,
So with that being said, anybody that wants to bitch about a black man took their job, they're just incorrect. Sorry, she just said that it's the black lesbian mecca.
I did not say it. I
Gay.
said it was the
Oh,
black,
it's the black
gay,
gay.
mecca.
Why are you pointing saying?
My side.
See, y'all get so confusing because
It's a
y'all
spectrum,
now have
Scotty.
labeled it as homosexual and
No,
lesbians are
y'all
lesbians
labeled
and
it as
gays are gays.
homosexual.
No.
Oh, I'm not
Y'all.
trying to label crap. What I'm saying is, I find it funny that he's like, "No, I'm gay," and then she's like, "No, I'm gay."
No, I said no.
But
I'm
no,
a lesbian.
See,
Yeah, I'm not gay. I'm a lesbian.
and I'm a tennis player.
and we're both homosexual.
I'm a Sagittarius. I don't even know why that.
It fit.
It just fit.
I hear loud noises.
I just wanted to be part of it.
Well, you fall under your own stereotype.
Have you ever seen Anchorman?
No. But wait. I did watch like
Well, hold
5
on.
minutes of this movie called Elf last night before I fell asleep.
This
Oh, that
movie
is my
called Elf.
favorite Christmas shoot. I watch that every year for Christmas. I
Can
can't
we
get
just?
enough of it.
I'm mad at you.
What did do?
You've seen one. Star
Listen,
Wars
we're
movie.
gonna have some protest up in here if we got the
One-
gays mad at the
one
lesbians.
Star Wars movie.
Okay, well I'll tell
You've
you
seen one Star Wars movie.
Dude,
Which
she plays with an intergalactic spaceship all the time. She's already said she likes that.
Lucky girl.
She's already said she likes that.
Hey,
Let me tell you, when her and them and it, the Empire is striking back.
That's right. How come your lightsaber plugs in?
Well, that's because mine has 110 volts.
Yeah, see, mine's solar powered.
Okay.
Sucks. I can
Anyway,
only use
back
it
to
during the
Star
day.
Wars.
We are talking about Star Wars.
Kinda.
No, Tyler, I have not seen this. Okay.
We talk about your sex life, it'd be asteroids.
Ooh, Spaceballs.
Your Swartz.
So Tyler, I think we should have like, we should have a Star Wars takeover, and we should get like that thing that Scotty has and put it on the thing outside, and then we can sit on the things and
Man,
like,
there's sure a
herpes
lot of
over.
things involved.
Okay,
Herpes? Why would we put that on a car?
But we do plan on taking the bus to see one of the premieres. You know what I mean? When the movie comes out.
Oh,
we're gonna load up.
I'm gonna dress up full Wookiee gear.
You're gonna be a Wookiee?
Mhm.
Hey, you
Wookiee,
need to
Wookiee,
show
Wookiee.
her your Austin Powers fat bastard.
We already talked about it.
You seen
voice.
Austin
yeah.
Powers?
No.
She
Then she
hasn't.
won't.
She won't get it.
Yeah, but we've been bragging about it. You've seen Shrek, right?
No.
The
Oh my
cartoon,
God.
Disney,
Right.
Shrek.
Leave. You need to leave right now.
Really? You've never seen Shrek?
I mean, my,
The lesbian world is so hidden
And
from reality.
And Shrek's married to a lesbian.
my
What?
I just never
Fiona.
I never got into that Disney. I never got into the Disney Shrek. Now I have seen all of the Disney princess movies.
Of course you have.
I can't do it, Disney princess.
No, but
not
you
what I
learned.
That's not what I heard.
Man, how many people have we offended? Let's go ahead and just say I think the Catholic Pope and the Klan dress the same. We'll go ahead and get that out there.
I got to tell you that Jacob is texting in this morning.
Is he awake?
He's awake.
Why are you awake,
Oh,
dude?
I
Did you
mean-
eat some no-dos?
What he apparently he has not been to sleep or something.
Oh, apparently.
That's a trip, ain't it? I just shoot.
Well, maybe that's the problem is he's on a trip.
God, man, I never thought about it. If you were in a wheelchair and you did acid,
You would just drive in circles.
Yeah,
It'd be
man,
called
just
NASCAR.
undo the brake, undo the brake. Okay, maybe
Okay.
we just had to pick on the handicap as well.
Why not?
You know, I mean, we're just offending everybody this morning.
That's what we do.
You know
We're
what?
equal opportunity haters.
I'm gonna
I'll
get a
pick on
list.
anybody.
I'm gonna get a list of.
You have a list.
You already have a list. Set up.
That's okay. You know, by the time I finish this,
Where
show,
are you going? You rode with him. You can't go anywhere.
I'll walk.
He starts closing his stuff down. There's
Hey,
no
get my
leaving.
phone.
I have to get mine.
I was about to say he left his phone. He got gas this morning. He left his phone on his car.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
No, you did.
Yeah, drove off. So I'm sitting there going, Tyler, get this, man. Picture this if you would. A drone flying at altitude. Bravo 37, sector 4. And then it zooms in and it kind of zooms in on the southeastern United States and then zooms in on Georgia. And then it zooms on some old country road and it zooms on a phone. And the phone is going vibrating, going, staying alive. Staying alive.
Yeah. And then it shoots over and all you see Tyler going,
Actually, he was a hell of a lot calmer about it than I was.
he was half awake.
Oh man! And I'm like, you want to borrow my
Can
phone
I-
to call it?
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Did you buy pants without pockets?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually,
As a matter of
Right
fact,
here.
that was
What the hell is wrong with you?
That's weird. That's weird. I told you Scotty has homosexual tendencies.
you know.
Okay.
Well, wait. Why did you have your phone? Why did you have your phone out pumping gas in the
Okay.
first place?
Yeah, that's
Why
another good question.
So the
The
pump
gator was going up.
No, the pump
Pump 14.
was super slow, like really slow, as hell, like slow as hell.
gays in the area.
So I go.
It's
So I
safe.
go in. I go in, and I'm like, I need a receipt because in case.
in
like-
case you what?
Well, in case the machine
You
didn't
plan on taking the gas back?
fill
You
my
didn't like
tank
it?
correctly,
Okay.
and I leave my phone on the back of the car and get in my car and drive off.
So now, do we need to go back and look for this phone after the show?
No, somebody's probably got it.
Or ran over it.
I don't know. You might go back. I found, look, no lie. If you envision where Coles is,
Yes.
Shoe Carnival's on the Coles end of the building and Rack Room's on the Belks end of the building, of the shopping center, rather. I pull up on my bike. I pick up a white HTC phone. I go in and talk to Andy, the guy for the voiceovers. And as I walk out, I go, ding. I scroll through it because it was unlocked. It said husband. I hit send. And the guy answers the phone. I said, he goes, hello. I go, hello. And you could hear the instant, But here's the oddness. As he's going, and you're thinking the husband wants to know why there's a dude on the other end of the phone. So he had that shocked, But then I said, listen, I just found this phone in front of Shoe Carnival. He goes, oh man, I'm up here at Rack Room looking for it. Okay, well, I'm going to take it in and leave it. And then I hang up and I walk back outside and I'm kind of like, so why did he act so shocked when he heard a guy's voice on the phone? If he's looking for the phone.
Yeah. What difference does it make?
Yeah, who cares? Your phone. I mean, you just, I don't know. It's just, I thought that was very funny at the time. So, hey, let's just go ahead and piss everybody off this morning with these topics I got. So today we're going to talk about guns in churches.
Cool.
The Ku Klux Klan adopts a highway.
Oh.
Steven Tyler did a country song.
No.
And Jobs versus Dog Park. And do you know, out of all those topics, the one I've seen the most people pissed off about is Steven Tyler did a country song.
Yeah. Well, that and my dog really wants a park.
The wussification of America has begun.
I think country's dead.
Well, we can't
Really?
have a dog
Yeah.
park because there's canine influenza, and they've told everyone to keep their doggies at home.
Well, there's also bird flu, but that don't mean we're stopping any of that. He didn't see it.
No, I was envisioning something totally worse.
When
and
I
totally,
said we had swine flu or bird flu,
Yeah.
swine flu, then you'd have to leave. So I said we had bird flu, and I went like that.
oh yeah.
So.
So, anyways, since the
Well, there you go.
since the shooting, now get this, because you know
Let's
gun
call
laws.
call it what it was. It was a massacre.
Whatever. Since the shooting that happened in a church, gun sales have gone up.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
The
Naturally.
majority, call it for what it is, the majority of the black folks have legally went and purchased firearms. Well, they're getting background investigations to be able to get guns,
Yeah, the
but
permits.
they're trying to buy a gun right now, and you can't. If you don't have a license, you can't just buy a gun. They have to do an investigation on you. But here's the bad part. The shooting occurred in a church.
Right.
Right.
You can't take a gun into a church.
Not true.
Not true.
Not true.
Hold, please. They don't want you to, is my point.
Not
So-
true.
Not true.
Most churches are bitching, saying don't bring guns into the church.
You said church and the B word in the same sentence.
Mm.
Jesus is not my
So
fault.
my point is, you're going to get guns
You got one more again, Scotty.
because you think you want to pack when you go into church on Sunday, and most of the churches are saying, please don't bring guns into our churches. So it's so odd that these people are going, I got to go get some guns in case they come shoot up my church. But your church is still going to ask you not to bring in the guns because they don't want you bringing, most of the churches have already, when this big debate happened about 6 months ago where they were trying to say don't bring guns into the churches, the white guy got in trouble for it. Everybody kind of knows don't take a gun into the church because church don't want it. Now the theaters, me and Mike were talking about that the other day, the theaters have signs up saying don't bring guns into the theater.
Yeah, gun free zones.
Yes.
But
But it's more of a request than it is a law.
why? Okay. Why would they put that up, knowing that if someone is going to come kill masses of people, it's either going to be in a church because there's a lot of people in church, or it's going to be in a theater because there's a lot of people.
They want to catch you where you're quiet and you're sitting down, not paying attention. That's why they want to
Exactly.
catch you.
So why?
Yeah, I think the shooting in Charleston was more of a. He was making a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying.
He had a big neon shirt on and said, I'm a whack job.
Yeah.
Take me out.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought was so funny, that they picked a person to interview this morning who knows nothing about the gun laws. And she was sitting there talking about, and I got to get fingerprinted, and I got to this, and I got to that, and I got to that. And they're all doing it because the gun stuff that happened in a church. And the problem is your church doesn't want you to bring guns in there, but you're running to buy guns to go to a church. Here's the other problem. You take 65 people from the age of 60, let's say 80, down to the age of 8. Say there's 60 of them. 30 of them have guns that absolutely know nothing about gun safety or how to control a gun. One guy or 4 guys walk in to shoot this church up. You have 20 of these people get cocky and start pulling their guns out thinking they're going to defend themselves, and they start shooting innocent bystanders because they don't know what they're doing.
Mm.
Mike, thoughts? You're getting quiet?
Well, the reason, one, I think you're making a very general statement by saying all churches don't want guns in there. Because if I had a gun on my hip when I walked in church this Sunday, I don't think anybody would say a word. The next thing that I'm saying is I have found over my 30 plus years of being a firearms instructor that people that do not know how to use a firearm rarely pull it in that microsecond of fight or flight. They don't have confidence in it.
Yeah, but
So,
what you're saying is people that are probably already have guns and
no training.
no training.
Right.
But what we're saying is you got all of a sudden people going, I got to get a gun, got to get a gun, got to
Yeah.
get a gun. And those are probably the ones that go
Well,
hot tempered and think they need to pull it.
But I
and-
think it's a lot of security for themselves. They feel safer
Get
with
you a
it.
Teddy
No, they don't.
Ruxpin.
Yeah. They really don't. I'm telling you right now,
No.
people that are buying guns, this is 2015. People that are buying guns right now because of the Charleston thing, they do not have any confidence whatsoever in that firearm. They're scared to death of it. They probably will carry it around in their purse for a week or two until it's like, God, this thing's heavy, you know? And then it'll end up on the shelf. Then it'll end up in the closet. Then it'll end up in a box in the closet, and they'll find it, you know, their kids will find it when they die and going through mom's stuff, that kind of thing. I mean, people, it's 2015. Granted, I train kids as young as 10. And of course, their training is different than if any of us went. I have honestly found that the fight or flight is 100% honest and true. That is the psychologists have got that down pat. And if you don't know how to use, and I've seen it in combat, if they don't have any confidence in their weapon, when the bullets start flying, they don't shoot. They don't even
That's
point
true.
it in the right direction.
But you put 20 of them there with guns you don't know. There's always the flip of the coin.
I agree.
And the possibilities are the person that don't know what they're doing starts shooting.
Now, and
There's no accuracy.
Yeah.
There's no proof that the
And-
guy holding the AK gets shot.
Right.
It could be the 8-year-old
Now-
next to him.
in all fairness, you said 20 people with guns that don't know what they're doing. Out of that 20, isn't there possibly one that does?
Could be.
Yeah.
But
I say,
and there's the half empty, half full glass
Yeah.
here. We can wish and hope that one person knows what they're
Mhm.
doing. But if everybody just spur of the moment only goes to get a gun because
of this.
my church got shot up, I'm going to get a gun.
Yeah.
That right there is all the wrong reasons to just run and go. If you're a person who's never held a gun, never felt a reason to go get a gun
Mhm.
until something you saw on TV, there could be a problem.
Absolutely.
There could just be a problem.
I fully believe that in my own personal mind, I felt like if I was in that church, I could have dropped him. And the same thing with the theater. The gentleman that came in with all the body armor on and all that other stuff. I fully believe that my fight would kick in. And I'm extremely calm in those situations. Those are freaking scary for most people. In a firefight, I'm the guy who goes, "Hey, you got any sunflower seeds?" I mean, it just doesn't faze me like it does. I believe that I could have dropped in this case. I think I could have dropped both folks.
But the problem is most people don't think that way.
No, God, thank
you
God.
know, most
huh?
people. I've had guns.
Thank God.
I had my father with a 44 Magnum, hammer pulled back, barrel pushed to my temple as he kept pushing me down the hallway, telling me to get out of the house. And all I kept thinking was, I mean, there was no reason to freak out. All I kept thinking was, don't stub your toe.
Right.
Because if you stubbed your toe, that's all it would take. If you accidentally stubbed your toe going down that hallway and you squeeze that trigger, because your finger's on the trigger,
Yeah.
freaking out was not going to do me any good. It was, here we go. That's all it was. You know, when I look at the times I've had to pull my gun, there's never really been freak out mode because the guy I pulled the gun on was in freak out mode. Somebody had to kind of be knowing what was going on. Somebody had to be kind of paying attention because
Somebody
the
better be
guy I pulled the gun on was the nutcase. It was all whacked out of his brain. And the problem is if you have somebody that's crazy that's trying to shoot up the church, and then you have 3 or 4 people that are freaking out, I mean, I can't swear which way that gun's going to shoot.
no.
And that's what makes it so bad. So that was just one of them topics I saw on the news this morning. And I think it's weird. Our media glamorizes stuff. People are running to get guns, which what does that do? That adds more gas to this fire and more people are going to go out.
Have you ever seen the correlation between stricter gun laws and more violent crimes? Every time we enact stricter gun laws, and the chart goes back to right after the Civil War. Every time we've enacted more stringent laws, tighter background check, whatever the situation, the specific topic is, violent crimes skyrocket.
That and gun sales go up.
Oh yeah, the president. I mean,
When the president pulled the last one 2.5 years ago,
Yeah.
trying to ban assault rifles again and trying to fix it where you can't have X number of bullets in your gun. And they were trying to say, I think at the time they were trying to say only police officers should have anything that legally holds more than 8 bullets.
Yeah.
Well, we went to the gun show in Marietta, and I mean, the 15-round Glock clips and stuff selling out because,
Oh yeah.
and they could jack the price up, and people were buying them because they're thinking, the president's screwing us. We're never going to get these clips again. So people were buying them and paying just the ungodliest prices on firearms.
Yeah. Jacob says the people, and this is a good point, the people selling the guns don't care how much training the buyer has.
They're about $1.
And that gun training should be passed before a person can even own a gun. You know, if
we
you
get
make
into
me do
rights
that,
again when that happens.
If you make me take a gun safety class, you're not going to like sitting in there with me because I'm gonna pick it apart. I'm gonna shoot holes in it. But hey, there are 6 states right now that have passed. If you want to carry a concealed weapon, go for it. No permit. Maine signed up yesterday.
Okay, and I was going to bring that up next. That Maine was one of the ones I saw in a report stating that you don't have to qualify, you don't have to this, you don't have to that.
Go buy a gun.
Go buy a gun.
And that's
Okay,
a well-regulated
and then there was a video yesterday I was going to share, but I knew it was going to start way too much crap, so I didn't share it. A guy named John sends me stuff all the time about gun laws. So there's this guy who walks up with a phone. There's one guy standing on the sidewalk, had 2 guns on his hip, legally carrying. The guy walks up with the camera on his phone, and you can see it's like this.
Oh, scared to death.
And he's calling the guy with the gun, you're a big wussy, you're a coward, you're this, and he's trying to instigate something. And the whole time, the guy holding the camera is shaking, but yet he's trying to pick a fight. Why do you feel that you should carry a gun? Well, because if I want to defend myself, it's my constitutional rights. And this guy with the camera is doing nothing but trying to start trouble. And it's always, there's always going to be that one person that's always going to seek out and try to start bullcrap. And this guy was doing it yesterday. And the guy holding the gun legally kept his demeanor perfect. It was kind of awesome.
You know what I tell people if they say something like that? People see me carrying a gun all the time. I look like a cop, so generally I don't get any conversation whatsoever. Or somebody comes up and goes, "Hey man, what you carrying?" Which is a big no-no. The other thing is if somebody, and they've never really done that, but I have heard of it, like the American Sniper, he was approached all the time of being a coward because some people think being a sniper is a coward way to fight. If someone ever said that to me, it's my right to carry a firearm, but I usually am pretty nice until I snap, and then I'm pretty crazy. But I would basically say I have the right to defend myself. And if they kept on, I'd go, well, I tell you what, come on over here.
Well, this guy brought up the fact I have
I
have the right to carry a gun, just like you have the right for that freedom of speech that you're practicing.
Absolutely.
So, and that's kind of where, and I actually wrote some of this down because some of the topics I wanted to nail really fast, they kind of all start relating in different areas. So we've got these gun laws. We have these amendments that allow us to carry, the right to bear arms.
Right.
So then how about the Ku Klux Klan wanting to adopt a highway? How do you feel?
Okay, me personally, I have always said I appreciate the Klan, and here's why. Yeah,
because they have perfected how to wash white sheets and get the stains out.
OxyClean.
Them bitches should have a dry cleaners.
No, I appreciate the Klan because you know what? I always knew where I stood with them.
They were at least honest, right?
They were at least honest.
Good point.
But adopting a highway, come on. No, just no.
Oh.
Okay. Tell your reasons.
Okay, so.
But when you tell your no, go ahead. I don't want to trick your brain yet. Tell your reasons.
Yeah, don't trick my brain before my second sip of coffee. No, but it's like, okay, when you adopting a highway is something that we have allowed either civic groups or
Boy Scouts,
community outreach
community outreach programs.
The KKK is a community outreach.
We gonna mess with a brain in a second.
Yeah, but okay, it may be deemed as a community outreach program, but typically in the past, the community outreach programs don't practice hate.
And I agree with you. Now, the problem is this, without your emotional thoughts behind who the Ku Klux Klan are, they're a group, an organization.
Okay.
So by law, if we allow the Boy Scouts to do it, we allow a church to do it, how do we say you can't? Because Mr. Mike, as it sounds like Mike coming out, just because I don't agree with their beliefs doesn't mean I can say you're wrong and I'm not allowing you to do it based on I don't agree with what you do, because they're an organization just like.
But the difference in the other organizations is they're not excluding people. The Klan excludes people.
I'm pretty sure the gay and lesbian
Nope.
We don't
community
exclude people. No.
would find me being a white straight male.
We love
Not
our straight
being
allies. Don't we
allies.
love our straight allies, Tyler?
But you
We
see,
have a name.
I
for
go
it.
in there screaming Satan, the church ain't gonna want me, even though I should be the first person they bring in. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to get you think about it. Them Scotty glasses. If we say 90% of America disagrees with the gay and lesbians, right?
Okay.
Hypothetically speaking, say we don't like how you feel about your situation. We don't agree with it, so we're not going to let you adopt a highway.
So basically the 70s.
So, but you see my point. If we, being that percentage of America, to said we're not going to allow y'all to do that because.
But Scotty, the difference is the difference is with gays and lesbians, we are not excluding anybody. The difference with the Boy Scouts, they aren't excluding anybody.
They're not letting girls join the
They do
Boy
let girls
Scouts.
join the Boy Scouts. Yes, they do.
Keep going.
Okay. Even the Girl Scouts, they allow trans.
They threw
women.
me out for trying to eat brownies. They don't let me join the Girl Scouts.
I killed the Girl Scout ones.
But you see where I'm
That
trying
would
to
be a
make
Girl
your
Scout
mind
cookie.
think about it. If you take yourself out of the equation, stop looking at it as the fact that you're in the lesbian column, and think about the fact that how do we say that the church is allowed and the Klan's not when the paper states organizations are allowed, and that's how they're going to take this to court. They had one Klan member not sip the moonshine that morning and say, okay, they're trying to take our flag, but I think we can adopt a highway.
It's already been to court, and the county nixed it. They're not going to be allowed to have the.
Well, now it's through the Department of Transportation, the DOT.
Well, here's the
That's
thing.
who they're now taking it to.
I understand
Are they
everybody.
recognized legally as an organization, though?
Yes.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
And that's what changes the equation. I'm not for this. I'm having a topic on the station to make people start opening their eyes and think about things.
You know what?
Because Mike tells me on religion, you say it all the time, that just because I see what I see in my religion doesn't mean that I should think all Muslims are wrong.
Right.
But with that being said, it's kind of the Klan problem.
And what I base that on is not my personal feelings or my emotions,
The law.
but I base it on the Constitution.
Right.
or
Right.
the
And I
Declaration.
agree with that. That's why I'm taking my emotional opinion out of it and
So,
looking at it by facts.
In this case, let's break it down to what it is. It's an organization. It's a legal
Whether it's a
organization,
hate group or not.
and it's not listed as a hate group because there's no standardization in the industrial code for hate. So
And the Klan will let you come in at any shape or size you want.
and
They only discriminate on a fine line
And
of your color.
there are
And-
black folks.
And sexual orientation.
They are black folks, and there are homosexuals in the KKK.
And religious.
Just so everyone and just so everybody knows. But here's the thing too, is the law is pretty clear on this. Is that
Text
they
messages on the
they know that their requirements in this municipality is not clear, and that's okay because in this country. That's why we have a legislative branch. And that's
Right.
why we have a judicial branch.
And I want to go into that stuff
Too.
in just a second too.
Okay.
Now,
so-
what's that church that everybody? Because
Westbrook
Baptist Church.
Okay,
Right.
think about Westbrook because I just now got most churches don't agree with the gay and lesbians. So
That's-
if Westboro decides to adopt a highway, is people going to stop them? They preach. Let me word it this way. I don't know what I find more disgusting, and I want to make sure everybody hears these words. I don't know what I find more disgusting. Do I find the Klan, who we have always known to be bigots, and screaming what they scream, do I find that more offensive than the Westboro? Because I actually find the Westboro church people to be more disgusting and horrible than the Klan. And the reason is the Klan's never made no beef about who they are, and they just have a twisted way of seeing things, and it's the way they want to see it. They're allowed to. The problem is you got these Westboro idiots that have been sending weirdos in, blowing up abortion clinics and all this other weird crap. These people preach nothing but hate. The Klan preaches a certain amount of hate, of course, but Westboro is nothing but hate, and they're trying to do it in the name of God.
So is there any one level of hate that's worse than the other?
That's a question. Is there a degree? Okay, you're a 7th degree hater. I'm on you go kill 14 more people. We'll move you up to an 8th degree.
Hey, yeah.
Like the degrees of redneck. Remember I made the joke about the degrees of redneck? They give you a different bandana for your head. So third degree redneck, you got a red bandana on. But you work real hard, get drunk enough, and quit bathing, you can be a black belt. Black degree goes around your forehead. Tyler's working on the pink bandana right now.
Me too, Tyler. I'm getting the pink bandana.
Mike's confused on what he should say. Westboro preaches nothing but hate, and that bothers me.
Yeah, but they
versus
the Klan.
The Klan.
But the Klan's honest about it. The Klan's not screaming in the name of God. You hear them pump out a few little bull crap religious things here and there, but they're not basing everything on religion. Westboro's basing everything on religion.
So it's the fault. I mean, it's the topic of religion that bothers you.
No. But I find it offensive when you're screaming about how God don't want you and God this. At least the Klan's like, we just don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
They're making it out like it's just a personal thing. We just don't like your kind. At least the Klan's got the balls to just say, we don't like you. Westbury's like, well, the reason I don't like you is because my preacher says that the Bible says that you are going to hell. And I believe because you're going to hell that I don't want nothing to do with you.
I'd rather refer to the Westboro Baptist Church as a cult rather than an organization.
But what are they by law?
An organization.
What's the Klan by law?
An organization.
And what is the road cleanup basin? Organizations.
Community cleanup.
So
that's all I'm trying to do is make people go, I never thought about it that way. Because that is a different, twisted way of thinking about it. These people, at least the Klan is bold, ballsy, stupid, redneck enough to say, we don't like you because we don't like you. Westboro, whatever, is thousands upon thousands of people that are sheep doing what one David Koresh idiot is doing.
It's not even that many.
I'm throwing average numbers out there.
60 members. It's that's the difference between Westboro Baptist Church and the Ku Klux Klan, because there's actually thousands of members.
Yeah, but the problem is
there's only like 60.
That Westboro crap, you're only looking at the number of them that are calling themselves
That's the only reason.
What about that idiot down on the street in Covington? Who the hell does he answer to? Because he screams he's answering to God too.
Right. And how many people know about him outside of Conyers?
Believe it or not, I can tell you I probably blocked about 15 people from all over the United States because of that crazy whack job.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, and Mike may weigh in on this or not. When it gets into religious and religion fanaticals and radicals and whack jobs, there are millions of these whack jobs around the United States.
Oh, I know.
Building pipe bombs, just waiting to go blow up something. Hell, I don't know that you know this, but about 6 to 8 months before you got here, Mike, we had a helicopter land right there at the school. And the reason was there was a dude sitting at his kitchen table making pipe bombs, and it blew up in front of his 8-year-old child who was sitting right there, and it blew his guts all over the place. Cool. And they had to hit his son. I don't know if the son got hurt, but we knew that the helicopter landed at the high school. He was only about 4 streets over from my house.
Wow.
We heard boom. Nobody knew what it was. A few minutes later, we hear a helicopter land. A few minutes later, everybody starts getting phone calls from police officers explaining that he was making a pipe bomb, and it blew up and blew his guts all over the kitchen table right in front of his kid. Now, that whack job was fixing to go kill somebody. In what name?
Yeah. What I think people that say that God told me this or whatever, personally, I don't think God's going to talk to anybody individually. I don't think you're that good. The next thing is the disciple Paul. Paul traveled around for years and years and years, and every time he would enter into a city, they would all go, yay! And by the time he left at the end of the weekend, Sunday night, last performance, they were ready to kill him if they didn't try. And he was imprisoned numerous times, even by the Philippians. But the thing about what I'm trying to say is that I think whenever you do bring up religion, you're dealing with a different part of the human body. when we deal with racism and hate, we're dealing with our hearts. Okay, we truthfully are. When and people, they might fight and die for I love you, Scotty, like that. But when you jump to religion, I think it goes past those heartfelt things.
To me, when you start bringing out religion, you also pick on a level that people are angry, not sad, but they get angry.
And this is just my point of view, because I've been in a combat zone with somebody that was on the other side just because of their religion, and they hated me just because I wasn't their religion.
Right.
So that's where my premise comes from, and that's why I look at it a biblical thing. Now,
I only hate you because you've not bought me an H1. I mean,
yeah,
and I need it with air conditioning because fat boys sweat in the heat.
Yeah,
I want my H1.
Yeah, they do.
There you go.
That conversation went bad. Yeah, so
because me and you sweating in an H1 would be. let me tell you, the only thing that would be a Hummer out of that would definitely be the thing with the 4 wheels.
Scott or Tyler.
I twisted it when I said Hummer. Okay. He's like, and he points to Tyler.
when I go and let's say I go to the VA and I sit down, in the waiting room, it doesn't matter who's on my left, who's on my right. We start talking. We're brothers. We're sisters. Okay, that's all there is to it. I can't even tell you. Black, white, green, blue, whoever. If you're sitting in a waiting room at the VA, we're related.
That's right.
So I sit down and I start a conversation up this way. I start a conversation up that way. Being my demeanor, I generally try to get the entire emergency room or the whatever waiting room going on the same topic. We all have a little fun. That's me. Okay. Why does that occur? Because, and I was telling him, the only continuous thing, the only thing that is truthfully bonds us together, we all went to basic training. Right. We all did some form of basic training.
Y'all went through the same abuse.
So
grew up the same.
Okay. So that means and there's racists in the military, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying is a lot less than in the regular civilian market. So why don't we do this? Why don't in high school, Tyler brought up a good point. Football is very much like military. Okay. So here's the thing. You graduate high school, you got 2 years. If you're not in college in 2 years, you're going in the military.
Right.
And the only reason is, and Doc can help me a little bit on this, is I am praying to who I believe to be my God, is that people that go to college are trying to better themselves intellectually. And I think intellectuals aren't racist.
That's not necessarily true.
My world's world.
I know.
So,
there is a correlation between education and your views. Mm-hmm. And typically, the more educated you are, or the more education that you have exposure to, the more diverse your thinking becomes.
Open-mindedness.
Open-mindedness, all of that. All of it goes hand in hand. And, that's why I'm a firm believer that if you want to change a community, bring in educational opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
All right. Now, with that being said, watch how this next one goes. There's secret messages in everything we're talking about this morning, but you have to actually open your brain up enough to catch this. So let's talk about Steven Tyler from Aerosmith goes and does a country song.
Okay.
Can you believe that out of all the things we've posted lately, guns, Klan, racism, hate, can you believe that I saw more arguing on one post that was shared about a rock star doing a country song?
And I tell you what, Tyler
Can you believe this?
Yeah. Tyler brought up a point this morning, and I just looked at him and went, son of a buck. I mean, that's it right there. He said country music is on its way out. Regular old, dead. I love my truck.
I think it's already been out. If everybody...
it's been dead for about 5 years.
Think of Jason Aldean's music. Jason Aldean, to me, the Eagles in 1980.
Yeah, definitely. Hotel California.
I think country has become a little classic rock sound because it has to change. It has to grow. We can't keep doing the whiny twiny. Hello, Kenny Chesney sucks. He's a cardboard cutout made to be who he is. He tried to do country music. He's even admitted he couldn't succeed as a country star acting like a real cowboy. He decides to put his little shell necklace on and start singing about margaritas and, lays around his neck, and he starts making money.
Salt life.
Because he's not singing about cowboys and country music anymore. He's just got the country sound while singing about everything else. So now, why is it so bad that Steven Tyler goes from singing a rock song to a country song? Because if it was another artist who just made this song and it sounded identical, people would just be like, man, that's kind of a cool song. But because they think, oh man, a rock star shouldn't be doing this. Well, really? Because that's another form of judgmental. I mean,
he did a rap song with
Run DMC
years ago.
Run DMC brought Aerosmith back. Everybody remembers Aerosmith was drug addicts and lost everything.
That's when I liked their music the best.
But why do we have people, and this is where the hidden message is, why is it that we have people that want to judge guns, they want to judge religion, they want to judge groups, organizations, gay, lesbian, they all want to judge. You ready for this? But some of them want to hide and not talk about it. But damn, we're going to vent over a rock star who sang a country song. Like, how does that make sense? Like, we're closet haters. We're not going to talk about this because we don't want nobody to know we don't want nobody on Facebook to know we disagree with gays. We don't want nobody to know we disagree with lesbians. We don't want nobody to know we disagree with guns. Oh, hell, I can vent. I'm going to talk about Steven Tyler doing a country song. I don't get it.
Because
I don't get it. It is the funniest thing to see so many people disagree.
Because Steven Tyler is not a social issue that hits many people in this country.
So you're saying people are scared to talk about subjects.
I don't think it's that they're scared. I think that, we, for so long, we have been conditioned about what to say and what not to say.
Like picking your underwear walking through a parking lot.
Yeah.
Like we talked about.
In private pub, Eli.
See, I'm making y'all all open your heads and think differently today.
Eli Strong and I do. Eli does the Strong Stance on my network. And, Eli's tagline is, we talk about things that people are afraid to talk about in public society.
Mm-hmm.
And,
it's all about breaking taboo.
It's exactly. It's all about breaking taboo.
We've had a fairy tale standard, a make-believe standard. And that's where I go, Scotty glasses for everybody. Y'all, come on. You got to start seeing it different.
It's because we don't pay attention to these certain topics that it festers up into this fine point of just,
and then people pop.
It boils over. Yeah.
Like racism. We turned a blind eye to, there's no racism in America anymore. But then it turned into, oh crap, some guy just shot up a church. There's absolutely racism in our country.
And the problem is that guy, there was something a whole lot deeper than a black guy that did him wrong or a black girl that did him wrong. Right. There is something a whole lot deeper than all that. We already know that. Yeah. People just don't go do that. There's something down deep in that guy's brain that wasn't right.
Played way too many video games.
Yes, and that's another thing. You get into the Grand Theft Auto, and they talk about how many people have based things off of that.
I think that's bullcrap.
One of our listeners, now, Mike, I need you to sit on your hands. What about Taylor Swift? She goes back and forth.
Yes, she does.
I was about to bring that up.
Steven Tyler rocks. I've got one. I like that song. That's from Ravens.
There were people very upset that Taylor Swift went to pop.
My wife just sent a picture of Mike and wanted me to say, hey,
Kool-Aid.
Oh
yeah.
But no, I just want everybody to kind of think about it. All these topics, they kind of relate. It's kind of, you know what it is? Let me word it this way. Everybody remember the old Scientific Atlanta cable boxes?
Yes.
And you tried to watch the Dirty Channel?
Yeah, and you fixed the chip.
And back in those days, you couldn't see the Dirty Channel because it was all twisted, and you'd be sitting there with the plus and minus trying to blend it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't get cable until 1992.
Yeah, okay. Wow. So most people in America that tried to do that, like Little Richard, and we've had that conversation in Mike.
I took the box apart, and I knew which flanges on the actual chip
So
to give me unlimited.
So
everything.
my point is that way that you tried to see that show is Scotty glasses. I'm trying to tell you, if you take all these topics and you try to hit that plus minus a few times and you try to see through the bottom line all goes down to we've been forced to see the world one way. We've been taught this is how you're supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to look. And now we're trying to see between the bull. We're trying to read between the lines literally instead of the big F you. We're trying to see through the blurry lines because we've been force fed what we're supposed to believe for so friggin' long. Who am I to say that you are not supposed to lay with a woman? Who am I to tell you that? I want to, so why should I tell you you shouldn't?
Well, you know, and I think
I mean, I personally could see a woman laying with a woman more than a man. And the reason I say this is I don't see me and find it sexy at all. So I can see me looking at a woman going, yeah, look at the smoothness, look at the curves.
Yeah, baby.
I don't look at Mike and go, hey, big boy,
That's not what I.
let's sweat together. I don't see it.
Don't
But
worry,
who-
I don't either.
But who am I to tell Tyler he's wrong?
Liar.
Because I shouldn't tell anybody that the Snickers candy bar is better than a Twix. Who am I to pay? So just because my opinion says Snickers is better doesn't mean it is.
It's not.
Who am I to
Yeah.
tell you?
Twix definitely.
Hey,
I mean,
don't deny my love.
he's living proof that sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't.
In fact, right? Yep. Just did.
1, 2, and
And
3.
three.
I'm just saying, who am I? And everybody wants to talk about things. And I know I'm on a roll this morning.
Yes.
But here's what I tell people all the time.
Shut up.
We're all effed up. Every
Yes.
one of us. Every one of you that want to go, no, I'm not. You're full of
Yeah.
crap.
I'm perfect.
Everybody is screwed up in some way.
I'm perfect.
The only thing is your screw up and my screw up just might be different screw ups. But you got your sadnesses, you got your weaknesses, you have your flaws, just like I do.
That's what makes us
Well,
human.
you know, that's what I tell my friend Michelle wrote a wonderful blog one time called Breaking Up with Your Crazy. And she said that, you know, everybody has a little bit of crazy.
Some more than others.
And some of us go back and get 2 scoops.
And sprinkles.
Let's catch this. Just for fun.
Good morning. How are you?
I was
morning.
doing great.
Great. Hey, what is the finest definition of hell?
Hell,
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
being married to a woman you hate with 14 kids, that would be hell.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Denise.
I'm leaning more towards the repetition. And what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing the millennials. No offense, but the millennials are evolving at a faster, better rate than we are. I put this in my rant yesterday morning.
It's the steroids and the chicken and the beef.
And what it is that inspirational stuff. All this stuff reminds me of the '60s.
Hey, we're losing you a little bit. I was hoping your signal would get better, but it's actually getting worse.
Oh,
Yeah, and
can you hear me now?
no,
It's just real.
You're-
We might as well be ordering a McNugget.
right. And
Oh, I'm
Dan.
sorry.
You're fading in and out.
Okay, first of all, I gotta
Call us right back when you get a better signal, if you can, please.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
All right.
I hate to do it. It's just we can barely hear you.
Not me.
All right, bye.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, Rich. Holler back at us when you get about 5 minutes down
Get
the road.
Buy a phone instead of Metro.
So,
You know what I
What did
feel?
he say about
Yeah,
millennials?
well, no, wait.
I couldn't
Wait.
hear it.
He started with hell. He said define hell.
Yes.
So, okay, hell is a religious topic. I hate to break it to you.
It is,
So-
which is why when I created God is Alive in Newton County,
Uh-huh.
you know, the county says there's to be no religion in
Yeah.
school. And then when they had my daughter sitting under a bunch of pictures that said there's no heaven, there's only hell, there's no God, there's only Satan. And I had to use the school's words against them
Right.
and say, if you say there's to be no religion in school, that needs to come down. Well, they said, well, no, that's from a book. I said, the second that you define the word hell and heaven in the same sentence and Satan and God in the same, you're now speaking of religion. And they had to take it down because they were bitching about their own statements. You know, I used their own words against them.
It's a realm of evil, it's suffering, and it's depicted as a place of a perpetual fire because of burning, okay? And it's where the wicked are punished.
So then what we also have to keep in an open mind is when you hear the word hell, you automatically think religion.
It is.
Well, we've
I know.
been taught to believe that. But at the same time, how do we tell somebody they're wrong if we're all entitled to our freedom of thought and freedom of speech?
Sounds like a campfire and a lot of kumbaya to me.
Yes, we're fixing to go on break. Yes, ma'am. I was just trying to cover this. There we go. Just for fun.
Can you hear me now?
We'll hear you
Now
a
we
little
can
better.
hear you.
All right, yeah. Well, the repetition part of it is what I'm saying. What society's going through is we're basically repeating ourselves, and we're blocking us from evolving into a better, stronger race.
So basically,
I mean-
when you say repetition, what you're saying is it's almost like we're ending up where we were back, 30s and 40s, where censorship kept us quiet, and is that where you're going with this?
Absolutely. In the 60s, it was racism. Here it is, 2015. What is it? It's racism. In the 60s, it was war. I mean, what are we doing? We're doing the Vietnam all again while not going and fighting ISIS straight on. We're kind of hiding out, waiting, and then we're finally going to end up there.
Okay, so
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm making an assumption. So if we look at decades, one decade was prejudice, one decade was war, but now we're here, and it's like each decade had its flaw, and now we're here, and it's like all of a sudden all those same flaws are here at one time versus separate individually. Is that where we're getting?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
to me, it looks like we've got zero growth.
Right.
We have zero growth.
Well, that's why I was saying it just seems like where one decade was this problem and one decade was this problem. Now, all of a sudden, this decade, we got all of them at one time hitting us.
Well,
It's like a game of damn dodgeball
I
with
think
bowling balls.
I think it's kind of like being in a relationship, though. You know how sometimes you have these issues in the relationship and you just stop talking about them. So, in
So
one
they never got resolved.
You just
they never
push it
get
down.
resolved. So they just keep transferring into a different day, and then finally you wake up and, oh my God, you've been married for 14 years, and you're like, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
You've lived that, huh? Mike did that too.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
That's right.
And like with Steven Tyler,
Keep
I mean, he's bringing on a new face. At 65, he's bringing on a new face. But I mean,
But to me, if you don't keep growing music, we're just going to have the same stagnant stuff.
It's like Georgia who was it? Georgia Florida line with Nelly.
Yeah.
Did that?
Well,
Oh,
I mean, I know like Tim McGraw did something with Nelly. I think a couple people.
Nelly is probably the greatest crossover
Mhm.
artist. I love Georgia Florida line, but when they did that, and then there was another song that he did with somebody else. But I'm just like, music always evolves, but the problem is we've always kept music so segregated, just like everything else.
Mhm.
And now when we start blending and people start crossing over, it's like, whoa, you're crossing some lines here.
But my problem is who made the invisible line? That's my problem. Who is the invisible gatekeeper?
A black guy dating a white woman?
society is because I mean, it's just
They crossed the
continuously,
line.
If we got one thing to bitch about, well, let's find something else. Even if we've been through it, let's do it again.
Well, aren't we allowed to bitch?
It's just repetition.
But see,
And
that's
what
what
I say about the millennials. What I say about the millennials is I love them. I mean, they're on the growth pattern. I mean, with electronics. I mean, getting us into the future. Being able to. I mean, there's I've seen like 6-year-old kids pick up a cell phone and just. I mean,
Wear
go
it
on
out.
YouTube.
Mhm.
I mean,
And that's because of necessity. It's the mother of invention. We were stagnant.
Yes.
My generation,
Yeah.
your generation, we're stoned all the time, and that's because we had hippie parents.
Well, and let's look at this. Used to everybody was high, relaxing, and now everybody's getting crunk. Everybody's drinking energy drinks. Everybody's working out, having more energy to work harder. Ambition, drive in some areas a little more.
We ain't working
and
harder.
our
We are
kids
not
or our
working harder.
grandkids are bigger and stronger. I mean,
Thanks, McDonald's.
It's awesome what it is. I mean, like in
You have no idea what's going over here in the madhouse.
No, I don't. But here's a fine example of how big and stronger our kids are. In the 1970s, like the roster for the Cincinnati Reds, there was not one single player that weighed over 190 pounds. And now, on baseball rosters now, you got 250, 220-pound baseball players.
Yes.
So, I mean, God bless them.
That's right. All right, man. Well, we're going to shoot out. We got to get to a commercial. Appreciate you calling
All
in.
right, man.
Pay the bills,
No
All right,
problem.
man. We'll
Have
see
a
you.
great weekend.
Thank you, right? Listen
You
to
too,
me. I'm trying to hurry up over here and get off the phone. Thanks for calling in. All right, bye. Archer. Rich Archer. I'm sorry about that. All right, look, we need to shoot off the commercial. I just wanted to kind of hit us in this first hour from the 7:30 to 8:30 and try to touch on some of the just odd stuff. And it all goes back to the way we think. It all goes back to we were trained like monkeys. We were force-fed to believe this is how it is. And it's just funny how humans, repetition. You know, we get taught something. What is the saying? Where did you learn that? I learned it from you, Dad. So then the next kid becomes a dad. And what does he teach his kid? So bad habits, man. Bad habits. All right, everybody, give us a few minutes. We'll be right back. Oh, this next song goes out to McDonald's, by the way.
ISIS has a corporate espionage plan going for McDonald's. They're trying to shut all McDonald's down. It's a coup. Do you know that?
No.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. ISIS
Is ISIS, are they just more anti-America, anti-technology?
anti-Islam.
Okay.
They don't like people that aren't Islamic.
Okay.
And McDonald's, they're trying to shut them down, man. They're all up in their corporate stuff.
Why?
And because and I know you probably haven't traveled outside the country, but when you're talking to a guy in Kyrgyzstan, that used to be Southern Russia, there's two things he would talk about to you. Oh man, those are nice blue jeans. I love Big Macs. Freaking McDonald's and blue jeans, man. Those are the most important thing to people outside this country. They think all of us, that's all we do is eat McDonald's every day.
Wow.
Because McDonald's serves breakfast, lunch, dinner. And stays open late.
Right.
So to them, that's the place we go to get our food.
Wow.
It's just a common misconception, but ISIS is all over them, buddy. You watch, you're going to start seeing the McDonald's shut down, empty, closed up buildings.
Wow.
They're going after them. It's going to be funny. McDonald's is like a freaking American keystone. You know?
If people want to say that the iPhone is our
Paper towels, where are they?
It's a capital.
upstairs.
And there's
Hey, go look. Hey, if you're facing the refrigerator, look to your right. They're brand new, still in a package, laying in the living room.
oh my God. 94. I-94.
So if people think the iPhone is the 666 number of the beast, then they got to think McDonald's is.
Monsters, the 666.
Yeah.
Shut up. Just stop, please.
So there's one evil empire that's making monsters, McDonald's, and iPhones.
Yep. Illuminati. Eat it. This is the dumbest song I've ever heard. So you're going this year?
Yes, I go every year. Well, my friend Daniel was actually a grand marshal this year.
No.
My baby. And my friend Tracy's a grand marshal too.
What I do is I have a friend who goes to Agnes Scott,
Oh, really?
and I drove over there instead of just going straight into Atlanta.
And you take the train in?
Yeah.
I just
And the people you see on the train during Pride.
yes, it's a great. Isn't that like the best? I remember in.
I just walk in and all I hear is Happy Pride.
I know it's like I'm so happy I'm a lesbian. Oh my gosh! But I remember my first Pride in 19.
That was my first Pride was last year.
really.
Yeah, I came out on the 11th, which is National Coming Out Day, and
Yes.
I didn't know that. It
My
just
daughter
happened.
came out in the 6th grade, and my ex-husband blamed me for her coming out.
You're who?
My ex-husband,
No. Who came out?
my daughter,
Get that curtain for me.
and I was
know.
like, but yeah,
That's
I mean,
why
it's like
that,
the
those
best
two
feeling in the
windows. This
world.
one gets
How hard is
covered
that
with
for you to have
the trees, but those two windows are smoking.
She's actually transitioning.
That's why it gets so hot. Is that?
Did you get any?
Oh, look, my granddaughter
You know,
last night,
I don't,
Blink
because I've
182
always
came
been-
on
you've
in a
always looked
movie,
at my
and she
Harry
was just.
All right.
And I'm like,
You
my
didn't video
granddaughter
it?
is jamming out the Blink 182. Just headbanging. I got
So I have kids. My biggest fear is that it's known that they have two fathers,
See, but
and then they come out, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh,
yeah, but Tyler, I don't think it's like I tell people. I was raised by two heterosexual parents, and so the sexual orientation of the parents has no impact on the child.
but you know how society."
I know how society is because, like, my ex-husband, he blames me for our daughter. He's like, well, she never would have come out if you hadn't exposed her to it. I'm
When
like,
we get back, remind me. There's a question about you being brought up by who?
by two heterosexual
Okay,
parents.
bring this up because I want to
Okay.
ask a question.
Did the lights just change in here?
Yeah, they did.
About to have to go live, Scotty. Tyler's got it.
I'm coming. That's probably not the first time you heard that. Huh? From me. I'm coming.
Don't ever want to hear it.
All right, we're going back, and I wanna do the mind trick again. Say what you just said.
Okay, so when we were on break, we were having a conversation about gay pride coming up, being excited and everything. And Tyler and I were talking about, a lot of people have an issue with these lights are bright.
Because you're finally seeing the light.
Oh my God. A lot of people have an issue with gay people or, gays or lesbians either having children or adopting children.
Absolutely.
And so Tyler asked me, he said, one day I think I want to be a parent, but I'm really worried about how that would come across in society. And I said,
Well, by the time he gets to that, it'll just be normal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Everything's changing.
it's changing, but it's not changing that much, honey.
That's what they said about racism, but
Yeah.
obviously that's still here.
So,
Yeah, but hate's hate. You're never going to get rid of hate.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
People that are negative and Nancy's that just want to hate have to find something to hate on, which is where it goes back to the guy that went into the church. There's something deeper than him just being mad at a black guy. There's something in his life, which is where this conversation's leading. And that's where I was, when I overheard what you said, I said, bring that back up. So keep going.
okay, so I said to Tyler, I said, it's not so much as who the parents are. I said, I was raised by two heterosexual people and I turned out to be a lesbian. So,
Okay. So now everybody listen, because I'm fixing to just, there used to be that show Mind Freak. Mine's more of the mind effing because I'm just messing with your mind.
Okay.
So I want to ask this question. You were raised by two, what society would call normal people.
well, it's not that gays and lesbians are abnormal.
No.
Okay.
What society would call it. Remember back when you were being raised, not where we are now.
Okay.
When you were
Okay.
being raised, you were raised by what society called normal people, right?
Right, in a traditional. Let's go with the word traditional, not normal. Let's go with traditional.
Okay, you talk to your people and call it normal or traditional. Anywho's, the point is society as a whole tried to say that was the norm and the leave it to beaver society.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is this. I want this to be the porcupine prill that sticks you right in your ace.
Dang.
At what point can they say the words? I want to define it as this, if not even define it more as a question / statement, because my brain's running 100 miles an hour. What was better for society? You turned out in what their eyes to be wrong because you're a lesbian.
Mhm.
But I was raised by a mom and dad, and my dad tried to stick everything with a heartbeat. My dad was married 8 times. My dad cheated on my mom the whole time. My dad was a complete womanizer. I grew up watching it saying I never wanted to be that guy until I become that guy, treating women like crap and being a womanizer. Then I watched my brother be the same guy. Everything we said we would never be because we watched our father do, we then became. Here's the worst part. My grandfather did it. And my father saw it. So what did we just do? We were a ripple effect.
Well,
Somebody threw the rock in the water and it went to the ripple, to the next, to the next. And now look where we are. So you turned out lesbian. But you were raised by perfectly normal people. Wow. But I turned out screwed up, and I was raised by somebody screwed up, and he was raised by somebody screwed up. So how do we define this? There is no definition.
There's no definition.
So for people to keep saying, I want to be a father, but I don't know. Come on. What's worse? What's worse? You grew up with the normal parents and, oh my God, you become a lesbian. Well, I grew up with a screwed up father and I became a womanizer. What's worse? What does society find worse?
How are you going to put... Wait a minute.
Come on.
I'm trying to think how to frame this.
Untwist your mind because that's the point.
I'm trying to think how to frame this. Help me, Tyler.
90% of people believe what they thought they were raised to believe. But who defines mine being worse than yours or yours being worse than mine? Who says it's wrong? Who says it's right?
Well, I think that within us, I call it a moral compass. And we try to define everyone else's life based on our own moral compasses.
Yeah.
You know, and I never will forget when I came out, my father was asked to leave the church. And so, you know, my dad left, my mom stayed. My mom told me that she knew that I was just being a lesbian to ruin the family. I was like, yeah, Mama, you nailed it. You caught my agenda. Plan successfully executed. And, you know, my mom and I had not talked.
Mike, you all right, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, you know, me at I think I was 18 years old. And my mom goes, I know that you just chose this to ruin this family. Yep. Everyone's going to be talking about us now.
Right. Because that's what I wanted to do today.
You didn't work that? I would have worked that whole day. I would have, wait till Christmas.
That's right.
No, I did work it for like...
Dear baby Jesus is getting a lawnmower for Christmas.
You know, I was just like, oh my gosh. And I never will forget, I gave my mom a book and it was called What to Do When Your Child Comes Out, or no, What the Bible Really Says About Homosexuality. And then I gave her another one called What to Do When Your Child Comes Out as Gay. Mm-hmm. And my mom took both of those books and she gave them back to me.
I was about to say, did it help?
No, it didn't help. And my mom and I
make a great coaster on the table.
We did not talk for about 20-something years. I didn't talk to my mom until my dad got dementia, because my dad was my best friend. I mean, I would go home some weekends and
you know the good thing about dementia?
What?
You forget what you were arguing about.
You know, I would go home on the weekends.
Just
and
saying, I see a plus to it.
He's like, I see a plus. My mom, I would not talk to my mom. I would go see my dad, and and I would go down with my girlfriend, but I wouldn't talk to my mom. And now my dad had to go into an assisted living, and my mom lives with me. So get this, my mom, who never liked my lifestyle, who, you know, I'm married to a woman and we haven't we haven't had a relationship. We talk to each other, but we haven't had a relationship in 20-something years, is now having to live with me. And I am the only child of my brother and my sister who is actively taking care of her. And, you know, she said to me, and my mom goes to my church with me, which is predominantly gay. And she said to me, Monday morning, she got up and she said, you know, I'm having to rethink a lot of things that I thought I knew.
Because I was programmed to believe.
Well, I mean, you do realize that your lesbianism caused your father's dementia.
I know. Yeah. It was all part of my agenda.
And now let me ask you a question. Who is sillier here? Your mother for giving you back the books, or Doc You giving her the books? On chapter 7, dadgummit, the second page of chapter 7. That's it. Now I understand.
Well, this is why I make y'all have these odd conversations.
Holy crap!
And I want to make you question things, because I tell people all the time, what's worse, the fact that I'm mad at you or the fact that you did something to piss me off? Because it's cause and effect. I wouldn't be mad if you didn't disrespect me to begin with. So if 3 people are standing there and one wants to be non-biased to either one of them's point, the third person will look and go, the reason that Mike's really pissed off at you, Scott, is because you disrespected him. But most of the time, there's not a third person to make the 2 people stop thinking emotionally and think about the bigger picture. But as I always say, what's worse, the fact that I'm mad at you or that you did what you did? Because there's always something that has caused something else. And that's where I was leading with most of these conversations today. Most of these conversations today are all based on what we thought we were taught, what we were forced to believe, what we thought was right. It's almost like watching, somebody make the Statue of Liberty disappear. It's look over here because I don't want you to see the truth. And the truth is, we're all human beings. We all have the right to do what we want. We all have the way we have the right to think what we want. Mike can think whatever he wants after the show.
Well, we have the right to think what we want, but we have laws in place
to stop us from reacting or something.
Well, no, that's pretty close.
Acting.
Yeah, so acting is, I guess,
acting and reacting.
And our laws are designed to be evaluated and updated and things of that nature. That's why when people say it's my Second Amendment right to own guns, hey, I fully understand the perfectly clear fact that, Thomas Jefferson didn't realize that there were going to be 100-round magazines available for M4s.
Yes.
And
my buddy who actually works for this company that makes the barrel that clips in the bottom of an AR and a Glock.
Right.
Like it has 2 100-round drums that just pop in the bottom of a pistol.
Okay,
that can become fully auto.
Taking that into consideration, do you think Thomas Jefferson, if somebody walked up to him with a better rifle that was currently involved in that period, or something that could shoot multiple rounds with, not a black powder, that he would have said, oh, crap, we got to rewrite the Declaration of Independence? No. So I don't understand. Why in the world, what could be the hidden agenda behind a government wanting to control the fact that I have a way to defend myself?
Because they don't want you to be able to control them, because they want to control you.
Right.
Hitler. Period.
Well, no, I disagree, because you know why? Because I've lived in Germany. I lived in Germany for 3 years, and the German populace, you don't bring up Hitler. You don't bring up Mein Kampf.
I'm only bringing up the fact that there wants somebody that wants to run Napoleon, if you want to call it that.
Well,
somebody who wants to be an emperor and wants to run everything.
Yeah. To this day, the fact is that if you want to go hunting in Germany, you have to submit paperwork. They have to check to make sure that you're like a background check, that you can carry the weapon. And then someone comes from what would be their Department of Natural Resources, and he takes you out as a guide to go hunting. Right. And it works. It works. So if that works for Germany, fine. Right. That's Germany. Look at Greece. They said, do we want to bail out? And the people were in the streets going, no, we don't want to bail out. So what did they do 2-3 days later? They're put a bailout in.
Okay. Now, since you brought Greece up, that goes into my next topic.
Okay, good segue.
Okay. Well, everything's kind of related with the way I wrote it today. So let's talk about jobs versus dog parks. So there's a guy that we started helping do some stuff with. He runs some job fairs, and I'm not bashing him by any means. He just happens to be somebody that said something on a post that kind of took me to this question. So we have citizens who are paying taxes saying, I want a dog park. So you have some citizens that are paying taxes saying, I don't want a dog park. That means, you ready for this? The citizens that pay taxes that don't, and the citizens that pays taxes that do, they get a vote over whether there should be a dog park or not, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But here's another thing. So we have this guy going, I would rather see the money, instead of going to a dog park, I'd rather see the money go for the people that are not working. We need to get them jobs, and we need to this and we need to that. But how he has an opinion, but how is it that if I'm working and I'm paying my taxes and I want a dog park, why should the person who's not working and not paying taxes, why should he have a say-so over whether we're having a dog park or not? This is a point of view. This is a question. Because if some people that are paying taxes get to vote and say, well, we don't think having a dog park is the right thing to do because we'd have to do the upkeep on it and we would have to do this and we'd have to pay for that and we don't want our taxes going for that. They're not voting for feeding the homeless and getting the people jobs either. They're just, if you break it down into thirds, 1/3 says, I don't want to spend the money on the dog park, but they don't want to help
Take care of it. And
take care
maintain it.
that. Well, they don't want to do the dog park, but they don't want to help the people find jobs either. That's
Right.
the third that just wants to stay neutral. They just don't want to
They
spend the
want to
money.
be Switzerland.
Right. But then you got the one couple of folks saying, well, we should not be spending the money on the dog parks when we have so many people not working and the unemployment in Rockdale, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, then you got the people that are paying taxes going, listen, if I'm paying taxes, I should be able to get something. You know, the kids that are playing basketball is getting a basketball park. I don't play basketball. So why are we giving the kids basketball parks and the other percentage of people aren't getting a park they can use? So this is just a topic. What's your weigh in on this?
Well, I mean, municipalities have parliamentary procedure in which you bring this up and it, you know, goes to the city council and it's voted on. I mean, it's pretty simple. It really is. You know why they don't make it difficult?
No, I'm asking you what's your thoughts.
Yeah.
So
I say
so
put it to a vote.
so should we be saying nope, shouldn't have a dog park?
Well,
Because we need to make sure the people that don't want to work get money because they don't want to work.
I think yeah, here's my thoughts on that. I think that with the poster, because I saw that whole
Mm-hmm.
transaction in there, and it's kind of one of those where people who are pet owners are very passionate about their pets. Okay, and people who they may not be they may be a pet owner, but they are not in love with their pet. There's a difference in being a pet owner and being in love with your pet. And those people will always see putting the needs of a community above the needs of what they call an animal. To me, my animals aren't animals, they're my fur kids. So when people get very passionate about, I can't believe we're spending this money on a dog park for animals, and we've got
But
we've
it's
got
not
people-
for the animals as much as it's for the owners.
Well, it's
Because what that does is that allows other dog lovers to go hang out and talk to other dog lovers. So what's the difference if I take my dogs and you take your dogs and me and you stand and talk while the dogs go play? Then if Mike and Tyler take their kids to go play basketball and while the kids are playing basketball, those two are standing and talking.
well,
and playing.
exactly.
Name the difference.
That's why I said they're fur kids.
Right.
Because I take my dog.
Keep that. You don't have kids factor out of it. Oh,
I
but
take,
that was my point is how does that change the equation?
well, I take my dogs up to the dog park in Piedmont Park, and I take them up there because for me, it's a networking opportunity.
There you go.
It's time for me to pass out business
Right.
cards. So, the person who was jumping up and down about, don't spend the money on the dog park. Okay, the people who need jobs, give them business cards and let them go to the dog park, pass out their business cards and say, hey, I'm looking for a job.
Well, on top of that, here's another way of looking at it too. Even though the land that we were talking about might have been county land, the fencing was donated, the upkeep, which is the landscaping, would have been donated. All the county was doing was giving the piece of property, and then that got turned down, and then someone was donating land, and then they even still tried to turn that down because at one point it was just going to be county land and everything else donated. Then they wanted to vote it down. Then the next one was going to be everything donated, and they still said, we don't want that in our county, but it wasn't costing you a penny. But here's the other thing I was getting at is, so even if the county did have to fund it, that means they could hire somebody to cut grass. That means you would have
Right.
gave somebody a job.
Right.
You would have given somebody a job.
Even the landscape company that they hire to maintain this, because most of the dog parks are not maintained by the counties themselves. That a lot of them
Right.
are outsourced. And there's like a kid who makes I think he makes $7,000 or $8,000 a month. A kid picking up dog poop.
Yep.
I'm like, I needed that job.
Right.
But
That job stinks.
That-
And my only thing about the job fair thing, and this is not picking on the job fair thing, but the only problem is that when it comes to the work part of it, Ravens Renovation has been trying to hire a guy for months. I know another dude with another remodeling job who's been trying to hire people for months. I know a landscape company that's been trying to hire people for months. I know a guy that drives dump trucks, has a dump truck business, who has dump trucks sitting there for months. He's been trying to get people to come drive dump trucks. The problem is these people will show up and work one day and then, oh my God, I got to work. And then they go back home and start sucking on Statue of Liberty's booby again, milking her for all they can milk her. And that pisses me off because you can't cry and bitch. Oh, I need a job. I need a job. Oh, you mean I got to work? Yes.
Well,
That's what having a job means.
I think with some people though is I need a job. I need a job. Oh, I didn't mean that job.
That job.
And that's what.
And I was at this job fair passing out cards and was telling people, I know a guy right now needing dump truck drivers. Not one person wanted the job. I know a construction company hiring right now. Not one person asked for the job. Ravens Renovation goes through guys because what happens is they tell a big lie about what they can do, and then they get there and can't do it. So it's not that he fires them because he needs to work. But the problem is he keeps expecting them to lay that flooring or hang that sheetrock, and they can't do it. And it's not as much they can't as much as they will not do the work. Oh, and how about this? Ravens gave me big thumbs up. Here's Josh with Visions Party Bus. He just says, I've been trying to hire someone to drive for a party bus business. See, he can't even find anybody. And I'm not trying to knock what he does. You got to be able to drive. You got to be able to have a CDL. Your hardest part of your job is going to be your patience because you got to deal with the people in the bus.
Yeah.
But
Right.
physically, it's not that much of a demanding job. And he can't keep people either. Rob's Performance is the same thing. You'll get a couple of good mechanics in there. He has a network of people. He treats people so good that his people will stay. But he's needed to hire more, and you can't find anybody wanting to work.
Right.
And that's the problem. So I'm not knocking the fact that he wants to do a job fair. I'm not knocking that he says he wants to help the people. But what I'm trying to say is, as knowing what I know, why do I get told, nope, we're not going to do a dog park because we should help these people that don't want to help themselves. But if we're paying our taxes, shouldn't we get a say-so? I mean, I'm pissed off because we have a park with a big pavilion that we're not allowed to use.
Or you have to pay for it.
If I
Right, I was
want
going
it,
to say you got to pay
right,
for it.
right. But what I'm getting at is if I want to use it, I have to go down there, I have
And
to
reserve
reserve
it,
it, and I have
and
to
pay
pay
for it.
$200 and something
Yeah.
dollars. Well, it doesn't. My taxes already paid for that.
Well,
Doesn't your taxes? Don't our taxes? If you live in this county, you're already paying for that. Oh, pardon me. Even if you don't live in this damn county,
You're
if
paying
you
for
bought
it.
gas in this county, if you bought a Quick Trip in this county, if you bought a hot dog in this county, if you bought a sip of water in this county, your ass has paid for that park.
Well, what gets me is this new water park that we have here in Millstead. It's a county water park that was built on county property, but yet it's for certain residents of the county.
And I've been seeing pictures of people from Covington using it. And we're told it's really for Millstead's people. Well, then why didn't the money for that get spent? I don't mean to sound like an ass, but hey, call it how you
Well,
see
why
it.
didn't the people of Millstead pay for it? If y'all only want to be the ones to use it, then you pony up the money and you pay for it.
Okay, right here. Well, I used to live 100 yards away. My son, Max, started going to Peaks Chapel when it opened. Okay. When Peaks Chapel first opened, and it was so close, I used to drive him to school. And one of the things I would notice on all the license plates, what would it say?
Newton County. Oh,
Rockdale. Right, there was a few Newton County. Rockdale, right? 3 years later, every single last one of them was DeKalb County because that school won awards for being, whatever. I don't know education, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right,
There's different classifications.
It was an award-winning Title I school.
Right.
It was
Then-
distinguished. Yeah.
So I asked somebody one time, because I'm a friendly guy, and when they had the field days, there was a ton of parents out there, and I'd say, like, have you noticed that? I mean, there's a lot of people from DeKalb. If you walk the parking lot right now, almost all the cars are from DeKalb. And guy said, I'm from DeKalb. I said, I don't understand. Do you drive all the way out here every day? Every morning. And he drives out there every day to pick up his son. I said, I thought you had to have a residence in Rockdale County to go to a Rockdale County school. He said he uses his mom's,
That happens all the time.
grandma's address.
Happens all the time.
I did it.
You did it, really?
I did it.
I mean, this is something I never. It
happens, dude.
But here's the problem with that. And I was in education for years. When we have people, and people want to turn it into something ugly, but it's not anything ugly. It's simply when you've got people from one county bleeding over into another county using resources that they haven't paid for, it displaces the people that are in that county
Who are doing the right
paying
thing.
for it. And it's not saying we don't want y'all here. It's just we want you here, but do it the right way.
If you're going to do it, you got to do it the right way.
Do it the right way, because
I only did it for a year though.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
but-
makes it right.
but there are some, like, I know that there are some families who live in a certain school district in Atlanta, and I'm not going to say it, but what they do is they go up and they rent an apartment, and everybody chips in to pay so much of this rent. Nobody really lives in this apartment.
Oh my!
Hey, we got a studio.
Nobody
Let's
lives
go. Let's
in
go
the
use
apartment.
the apartment.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I did.
Everybody chips in, but everybody uses that one address, and it's like 20 something people using this one address. If somebody would pull that address, they'd be
Wow.
like, how are all these people fitting into a 1-bedroom apartment?
Wow.
But it is what it is. I mean, there's so many things you have to just see it. It's just so much. But look, y'all, we're coming up on the 9 o'clock hour. Let us take some breaks. We're going to do one. If you need your breaks done, you need to go see Rob's Performance. I'll go ahead and tell you that. Because for $99, you're getting your brakes done. When I say 99, I mean 99. It doesn't matter if it's a Jeep. It don't matter if it's a 4-wheel drive truck. That's
Lamborghini.
$99. So make sure you go check out Rob's Performance. I got 2 of his commercials coming up just because, I kind of be nice like that. So everybody, we'll be right back. It's just for fun in the morning. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything we would do on our Freaky Friday.
Where's the liquor?
It's so funny because we're talking about, like, middle-aged type topics. You don't have a knife in this gunfight. You're just sitting there looking.
And Raven says it's too hot outside.
God, it is. It's freaking.
No, but I mean, that's why people don't want to
That's
work.
why
It's
people
too
don't
hot.
want to work.
Oh. But hey,
And I don't want to do that.
I gotta tell you that that was just okay. So everywhere I ever lived with my kids, which was 3 places total for all 3 kids, they all just went to school. I didn't really see that's like, I guess living in rose-colored glasses world.
Yeah, you don't.
I never
see it.
really thought that you would freaking you would jack the system by using a fake address.
Our first 2 years here, our daughter Beth, we kept taking her to Alcovey using the old address.
Let me tell you why.
And because Salem, the first 3 months of Salem, she was getting the shit beat out of her every day.
I didn't do it because Archer had won awards because they had. I did it because that has been my school for 3 years already. And my parents decided to be stupid and get divorced and not wait a year for me to graduate and move away. So I had to live with my grandparents. But I still wanted to go to my school.
Yeah, but you're breaking the law.
I still technically paid rent.
Right, but what? Okay, so then how do we define?
We had to pay taxes.
How do we define what is the worst law to break? Oh, that's a harmless one.
What are they going to do? Lock me up for it?
Well, they could fine you.
They
I
could
would think.
fine you.
Our studio bathroom, really?
But isn't it beautiful, though?
She comes in and goes, "Look at my new spa."
Doesn't it smell good? I mean, isn't it nice
She
without
fall and hit her
having-
head.
Thank you for...
Mm.
You were here.
Not a girl, Mike.
Okay.
Your
Watch this.
think you are.
Fat.
Your
No
parents-
song. We're gonna go straight back.
your
Straight no
parents think
chaser.
You ruined Christmas.
All right, we're back. We're not even gonna do a song. Listen, while
Thanksgiving.
we're on this topic, how funny is this? The Social House. We need a cook while you're on the topic.
Yeah. Good.
So,
All in.
anybody.
If anybody needs a trained dental assistant or front office,
Yeah, let's make-
I have a friend.
Anybody needing jobs
Yeah.
or needing employees. If you need employees, hit us up right now and tell
And
us.
if
We'll
you
start
need a
putting it out
job
there.
and don't care about the I'm not gonna
You
say it, the heat.
ruined Thanksgiving. Shut up.
So we'll make one post that says everybody that's
Halloween.
hiring. You know what I mean? Hold on. This is for Tyler. He hasn't seen this now. Now,
No, I
when,
have seen it.
now when I want to zap you.
Well, I heard it. I heard it. Yeah, I was listening to the show yesterday
You ruined Thanksgiving
and New Year.
and New Year.
Okay. Well, while we're being a thankful Friday, can we not have a minion for it while I say this, please?
You can try.
She's trying to get us to grow up.
Crystal, why did you buy him that fart?
I bought it.
Achoo!
Yeah, I am. The
Don't you
testosterone
like-
level.
Welcome to
is
Just for
high.
Fart Radio.
Don't you
That-
like?
that is-
Well, wait. I was almost going to make a joke. Say what? All of us in here like women, but then I forgot Tyler was here today.
I like women. They're nice. They smell nice.
Okay, so I want to talk about my spa studio bathroom. I have the most incredible spa studio bathroom.
I don't know what's funnier, the fart gun or her talking about the spa bathroom. The only way you're going to get your feet
Complete
fixed
with
in
mud
that
bath.
bathroom is if one of us are rubbing your feet while you're sitting on the pot.
All right. That we offer that?
Not it.
The problem, I was going to say, the problem is somebody would rub hers and Mike goes, "I'm next."
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
even
no.
have to poop.
But okay, so this is when I came into the studio. It was kind of like being in Bachelor. That movie, what is it? Frat House.
Oh,
No.
it wasn't that
It
bad.
wasn't.
It was close.
It was close. We had no.
The problem is we stay so busy. Like I need to find a maid service that would like some free sponsorship, and they just come clean my
Well,
house.
I would just like the maid service that I hired to be
Ugh.
consistent, but I won't say their name on air.
Wow.
Oh.
It won't be hard to figure out.
How about them trees.
Hey, you know what? I really like the idea of doing like a crossboard for people looking for people and people looking for jobs.
I
Okay,
like that.
I'm going to tell you what I've been trying to tell previous people before you. I would love to have somebody to be able to help share everything that's got like this weekend. What's going on at the Social House?
Who knows?
Okay, what's going on?
I know what's going on the 11th.
But
here at
that's my
Connie's.
point, though. Is that we need a list of
We need an
activities.
event calendar.
We need to be able to say this is what's happening in our community and other communities this weekend. If you're traveling towards Monroe, this is
Well,
what's
that's
happening in Monroe. If you're traveling towards Gwinnett, this is in Gwinnett. I need to be able to
That's
go.
what Macaroni Kids does, honey. There's a site called Macaroni.
Yeah,
Okay, well then
there's-
do that. I don't know. I'm
She's-
just saying I'm busy enough. I'm just throwing out ideas.
She's not going to have time.
And then when it comes to the job stuff, it would be great to be able to share that.
I think a community
Like the Social
organization
House needs a cook.
Yeah. I think,
Mike needs a foot rub.
yeah, I do. Oh, an ankle rub.
Being the cook would actually pay though.
Oh, okay. But the calendar thing, there is a ton of calendar things. I can probably find it, but it's going to be back on the people
to get us the information.
to get us or to post their information. I'll open it up where they can
They
post
can
their
post
information.
it. Yeah, I
And-
like that. Yeah.
And then, but and the same thing with the jobs thing. You, ma'am, will not have time. Believe me.
Oh,
I have taken upon myself to dedicate a vast majority of my marketing skills towards your show.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I have about 10 things lined up that as you know, you can only do so much before a show starts.
Right.
And there's a whole trick to when you throw this out there, because if you throw it out too soon, people forget about it. Okay.
That's right. And that's why I tell people when you get ready to do an event, I have people get so pissed at me and go, my event's my event's in 2 months. Why are you not advertising it? Because if you do, people will get so stagnant of seeing it that they just don't read it anymore.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you show the same picture and change the words 10 times, they're not going to pay attention.
Yeah, they're
So
done.
2 weeks before it happens is when you start flooding stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that man, there's just so many avenues for this thing, and been keeping some decent metrics here in the beginning. So it's really going to be fun to see where this is in a year.
Oh, yeah.
I think
This
you're going
is
to do an
gonna be-
amazing job. I'm very excited for you.
Thank you, Mike.
I just I'm glad that it's part of the radio station.
Thank you.
I'm glad that the good Lord brought you into our little humble village.
Our incredible studio that is on the lake. Y'all, we
Yeah.
are on a 30
That's another reason leaving here might suck. You know, I've had all these visions of all these shows, and I've been trying to piece together this, but my thing is I have to have somebody to do them because I can't do them all.
Well,
and
if,
then,
we,
you
if
know,
we go to a new studio, I need a lake. I have to have a lakefront view, please.
somebody go buy her the plastic pool that has a little fishies in it
With a little slide.
with a little slide.
Well, because you know, I'm telling you, if you've never been to the Just for Fun radio studio, it's on a lake. There's a boat in the lake. Scotty has a boat in the lake.
You just get to sit and chill and look at it.
Yeah, you have to weed eat.
That was just once.
That was twice. Don't lie.
Well, it was
How many
twice.
times? Yeah.
I mean, it was only for one reason, one time.
Oh, okay.
Didn't matter that
Well,
it took two times to do
That's
it.
why I used to kill people. Just one reason. I think we're going to go with my story. Boom. It worked in combat. Yeah. So
I'm super excited about. I mean,
And-
we've had what 500. We're up to 1,000 likes in not even a week,
and we haven't even promoted it.
and we
yet.
haven't even promoted
We're
it.
just talking about it. Here's the thing. There are so many other your topics have the ability to go and endless in both directions. And what I mean by that is not only creative fun like our show here in the morning where we can dabble, but we need to keep it funny, okay? Your show can be funny, but you can go to the other side of the room
Yes,
and you can talk about
Dude,
serious
she's
stuff.
been on the other side of the room. That's why she came back.
And then you can talk about stuff that will be completely acceptable for me to advertise on LinkedIn.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to advertise on, you're going to be live, right?
We're going to be. Oh, and did you hear that I secured the sex architect of Atlanta? This
Well,
woman is.
she draws swings and they're all.
oh, I thought you were talking about
Well,
me.
no, she
I'm a
is incredible.
sexual,
She's
You're a predator, dude. That's a difference. That's a different list.
I'm a sexual brontosaurus. Whoa, look at the memories. Okay. So absolutely. I think it's going to be a magnificent show. I think you can, your niche market is just going to be borderline the entire market.
So
And that's
no-
a beautiful thing.
No men allowed.
well, except for you, baby. You are always allowed.
Because
You
I've
and-
devoted my life to women.
You and Chad. Yeah, Chad.
And Zach will be
Zach.
here.
Gay men have devoted their life to women.
You know, my makeup artist is actually Siobhan Scott, aka Tommy, and oh my gosh, Tommy has been doing my makeup since we've been friends for over 20 years.
Exactly.
So when Tommy first started doing drag, you know, Tommy did my makeup, and I love for drag queens to do my makeup because drag queens
So's Mike.
do an incredible job.
This is what you get, by the way.
Every time he opens his mouth, it's one of the Three Stooges that's coming out.
You ever seen the Three
Did you hear
Stooges?
this the day
Yes, I
there
did
for a
see that.
second?
I grew up on the Three Stooges.
Most women,
I didn't.
yeah, most women watch the Three Stooges for about 3 seconds ago. This is the stupidest
Larry,
thing I've
Curly,
ever
and Mo, and I loved it, and it was
Okay,
in black
yep.
and white.
seen. Oh, somebody said it. I was going to say who's the fourth.
Well, you know, there was actually,
Like 5 of them.
yes, I was
Sure
going to
not.
say there was Curly Joe, and then there was the other one that was the other bald guy that came after him. So there was actually 5 total. And how about that? Hey, man, Applebee's is hiring. I heard that people are just killing to get that management job.
Too soon?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Nobody's laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about Kid Rock telling Al Sharpton to kiss his ace? They're trying to get him to pull away from using the Confederate flag.
Oh Lord.
You know what? The Reverend Al Sharpton and the Dr. Henry, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, Fricklin. Have you ever heard of Dr. Fricklin?
Yeah.
Down in, yeah.
No, but it sounds like frickin' frack to
No,
me.
you know what? I believe in people having rights, and I believe that I think we should expand on our rights, and I think we should have a smaller government and all that other stuff. But some people just start fights.
Well, and what's worse is as he's trying to scream racism, he's the biggest bigot I know.
Yeah.
Like I died laughing when I was watching a video where Jesse Jackson was in a minivan pulling through, like leaving a Burger King or something when he was in that. What was the last place that we just dealt with when they were burning?
Baltimore?
No, the one before that. Sorry.
Ferguson?
Ferguson. So he shows up in Ferguson and a bunch of black dudes are walking up to his car going, "What are you doing here?
Mhm.
You're not here to help us. You're here to exploit this and da-da-da. You need to get out of here. You've never done any good thing for us, blah, blah, blah." And I was just like, wow, you don't see that very often, And
Yeah.
I think sometimes I do believe people need to stand up for themselves sometimes. But the problem is some of these people that claim they're there to help us are really not.
Yeah.
They're there for self-exploitation.
I like to watch videos. I saw that the other day. I like to watch videos of people engaging in arguments or fights, shootings, stuff like that. It's just something I do. I like to interpret their body language prior to the act occurring for my situational awareness. Well, if you watch, I watched a video last night where there was a bunch of black women. They were yelling and screaming at each other. There was a guy videotaping it. And
Housewives of Atlanta?
No. But this is terrible. They're all out in the road and they're yelling and screaming at each other, just having a community discussion, I guess. And a woman drives up in a silver
debate.
car and hits 5 of them, just runs them down.
That is crazy.
And I'm like, what? I mean, when it happened too, I'm like, whoa, I got to go back and watch that. I'll try to bring it up. But here's the thing is the guy filming it through all this, after they're hit, during the fight, everything, you know what all he's saying? Damn.
But he's not doing anything.
He's not doing anything.
Not stopping filming to call 911.
I think every dispute, if me and the doc had a dispute, if me and Tyler had a dispute, or me and you had a dispute, I think every dispute we should be forced to put on the inflatable sumo wrestler's outfit and go out in the backyard and sumo it out.
Okay, the funny thing is in a lot of other religions in third world countries, because there is no judicial system set up, that's how things are settled.
The duel?
If you run into a car, let's say Kabul, I'm driving along in mine, and everybody who's been there is going to love the joke. I'm driving around in my white Sentra, and I run into a red Sentra because there's just a million Sentras on the road. And we get out, and it's just pretty much a fender bender. You don't want the cops to come because they're going to beat the crap out of you and steal your money. So you and I get to talking, and if we can't come up with an agreement of me owing you or you owing me or what's going to happen or whose fault it is, a crowd starts to form. The cleric in that crowd will make a decision. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll say, look, you owe him 2 chickens and a goat. And if you don't pay, then the other guy goes to the cleric and says he didn't pay. So I know it sounds crazy, but after he pays, it's over.
Well, I want to go sue somebody because my coffee was hot. It was supposed to be iced coffee, apparently. How about this tomorrow night? The Idols are playing. That's at the Social House, by the way. And then next Saturday, Dirty Blues Prophets. That's the 20. Oh, and then the 24th, Buffalo Ruckus.
Oh, that sounds cool.
All right.
But the point I was getting to on all this other stuff is that if you read the comments on Facebook, and there's like 1,000 comments on this young lady running into the other young lady, you would be amazed at how one group of people is like, where's Sharpton now? And then there's another group of people saying, where are the cops? And then there's another group of people saying, F the cops.
F the police.
It's a confusing situation for our millennials.
I think it's very confusing. And what comes next?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Well,
we're always here to give you hope.
We had to deal with policing, so shut up.
So how about the official potential of changing the name Cracker Barrel? Because they're saying cracker offends people.
Cracker Barrel offended me when I was marching with the Lesbian Avengers.
Okay, explain.
No, because remember, Cracker Barrel had the policy where where if you were gay, they would not hire you. Not,
Yeah, but most of their servers are.
I know,
Yeah.
but this was in the 90s. And I never will forget I was marching downtown with the Lesbian Avengers, and we had on our,
Did y'all have matching capes?
we
Was the big bull dyke looking lesbian the Hulk in the Avengers comic book?
I cannot believe you said that.
Because it's offensive. Just for Fun Radio, the home of Let Us Piss You Off.
F the police. Free Suge Knight.
Oh my God. And F the Police is a joke because there was the NWA that had that.
Yeah, that was a song in the
Straight
90s.
out of Compton.
Yep. Easy E. He was so easy he died of AIDS. Ugh. Horrible.
Huh?
Where'd
I
that
mean,
caller go?
He might have. That was just. It was like one of them shut up mics. They just
Oh.
call and hang up.
Oh, well, Scotty. Say your piece, Click.
Yep.
Okay, so two things. Whoever
Yeah.
asked
Find
me,
us a funny topic.
no, whoever asked me what lip gloss I was just applying, it's
See?
MAC.
I tried telling her that people watch video and try to figure out what drink you're drinking, what's on the table.
So I always
It's the
turn
MAC.
labels out.
It's called the Dazzle Glass, and the
Oh.
color is actually
Stop it.
the color is actually. Oh, this is the same one I've been using all week. It's Moth to Flame. I have so many different MAC lip
What a
glosses,
draw.
and so yeah, so that's the one I'm using. It has a little sparkle to it, and it's got a little bit of glitter.
Can we share?
No, oh,
That's-
but I'll come kiss you.
Yeah.
Mwah.
See, she
Here,
completely missed
Come
it.
here,
No,
baby.
no, I don't want to now.
You don't want to?
You're going to ruin Thanksgiving.
Oh.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
ruin
the color.
Christmas.
Okay, and then the next one asks, would I mention there's because y'all know I do 5Ks, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I do 3Ks.
Oh my God.
Okay, how about this? This is a topic that my wife just typed, and this is a great topic. So I have a question. I have a July tag. My birthday is July 9th. I just got pulled over. The cop writes me a ticket for $190. It's not August yet. From what I've been told, you have to the end of the month.
I'll
Yes.
argue the crap.
I
out of
would
that.
fight that. Was that Crystal?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, if I was a cop, I'd pull Crystal off. I'd pull her over every time she pulled out of the driveway.
no, the first commenter, the person who posted that the tag actually expired on the registered owner's birthday. That's correct. You have to have the tag technically expires on the birthday, but you have until the end of the month to pay a penalty. But an officer can write you a ticket for an expired tag if you don't have the tag by your birthday.
Okay.
Oh.
So
See,
that is correct.
that's that big question that's always been out there.
I'd have to call that one.
I mean, you can fight it, but you're not gonna win.
No, I mean, my son-in-law is
You ain't gonna win.
my son-in-law is extremely knowledgeable of the law. As he was a police officer for a very long time. And
Oh, and here's from a cop. The tag does expire on your birthday. Even if the tag reads blah, 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 expired in red. I'm trying to get to the fast version. Regardless, yes, that's kind of what you just said.
but how do they know it's your birthday?
Because when you run it,
Well, as soon as they run the tag.
well, number
But you
one,
can't
when you
run
run,
somebody's
you've
tag.
got the license.
Yeah.
You're looking at their license in your hand, and it has the birth date on it.
Before all that, sweetheart.
Oh.
Probable cause.
Well, you've got probable cause to pull the car over. The car is speeding, or and some of the cars, some of the agencies now have the readers on the back that when you drive by the car,
Oh, yeah.
it reads the tag, so it could flash expired.
Yeah, my son-in-law was testing that for Covington Police Department. It does have some.
So look, I know a police officer that has said, I pull over every vehicle that comes by with wheels bigger than a 22-inch.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah,
And I said, isn't that racism? He says, no, that's profiling.
that's profiling.
He said, he said, I'm telling you, he's a canine officer. He says, but I tell you this. He says, every single one of them I've pulled over. Every one of them. He says, as I'm standing there with the dog throws signal.
So,
He says, I bust every single one of them for paraphernalia, marijuana, joints, bags, cocaine. He says, every single one. He says, they drive by and I just have a feeling. I said, I'm going to pull that over. He says, I pull up, I find a probable cause to pull him over. He says, within seconds of asking for the license, the dog's already been like horse shack on Welcome Back Carter. Ooh, 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 Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter. He said the dog's throwing signal like, ding, eat it Joe's. But every one of them, he says he's not had one time, and it was wrong.
You know, back to the Covington Police. I love the Covington Police Department. Here's why. Number one.
Yeah, let's not throw anybody under the buses by name.
No, I love it because they were one of the first accredited police departments requiring their officers to have college degrees
and physical fitness.
Yeah, you know, because I am so sick of that stereotype. When I would not even tell people that I was a police officer for the longest time because I would always get the joke, well, you know, bad cop, no donut. I'm like, I don't even like donuts. And for the longest time, I wouldn't even go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Really?
Because of that. Yeah.
I'll go there right now if y'all want some.
You know, I started to bring in Dunkin' Donuts for us this morning.
Not a good idea.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I'm just talking about me. I don't know about these guys.
And
but Stephanie and I both have, well, she is diabetic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm pre-diabetic. So.
No, yeah, you can't have any donuts.
And I'm the opposite.
I'll bring in fruit salad.
I have to have it, is what's so funny.
I'll take it. Bring it on.
Well, we already know you like your salad, Dawson. So,
No, donuts.
And we already know you're a little fruity too.
He said, I want it. He said he'll take it. Oh, God,
Wait a minute. Shut up, Mike. Nobody heard it that way but you.
I gotta get all this gay off of me.
Oh, my God.
Mike, you're a straight man sandwich. You're like sandwich between the super hot lesbian and the gay guy.
Well, I
extra
mean,
value.
What does
meal.
that mean? He's
We're
roast beef?
Extra value meal, right?
Okay, listen. So
sliced in half.
back to the
Slice it in
tag
half.
thing. A guy just said, and it is a very large topic that happens here on Old Salem. Have you ever noticed the three gadgets sitting on the back of a state patrol car or a sheriff's car?
Yeah.
It scans tags. And what a lot of people don't know is they can sit at a four-way intersection, and the way those are strategically placed, they can read all four directions of a
Yes.
car. And the point is, within a millisecond, it seems like they already have your information
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
because they're using the same thing that the GBI and FBI uses.
very, very flawed system. And believe it or not, you know how it's hooked to their cars? Magnets.
Magnets,
Yeah.
yes.
I have
Yeah.
a question.
Yes.
But that's how they catch most of you if you have expired insurance, expired tag, or suspended driver's license.
So the cop can just go into any parking lot and scan,
Any
Everyone's-
tags. Yes.
and it's perfectly
Perfectly
okay.
legal.
Perfectly legal. Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of states that you cannot do that. You must have probable cause to even pull them over.
Okay.
You must have probable cause to run their license.
Well, you're technically supposed to have probable cause to pull you over here.
Well,
Technically.
So much for those rights.
okay. So my funny arrest story. My ex-husband is a
Straight guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a straight guy. He's a high-ranking official at a local police
Well, as far
department.
as he pretends to be.
as far as he pretends to be.
He played once one on TV.
But so we're in the process of a divorce because I decide that I'm going to date one of the Rockdale deputies. And so
Yeah, because one cop's not enough.
I love it. Look,
Come on.
Both sides.
I was playing.
Overachiever.
That's right.
Show off.
So I'm down. I go to work, and I'm sitting in Decatur, and I know the people at the Decatur Police Department. My ex-husband calls the insurance company and cancels the insurance on my car while literally I'm sitting at the traffic light. And so I get arrested because I'm driving with no insurance. I'm like, I have insurance. So I call the ex-husband. I'm like, you cancel the insurance on the car. And he's like, yeah, tell your girlfriend to pay it. I was like, wow. So,
Tell 'em to bite your.
it's just, I was laughing because, we were talking, what made me think about that was when you brought up the topic of cops driving through the parking lot and being able to scan the
Yeah.
tags.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
And at what point here's comparisons, because I am the king of analogies. At what point is driving through a parking lot, scanning your tags, like scanning something at Walmart, boop, 1714, boop, 1319, boop. At what point is riding through a parking lot, scanning tags, and then sitting on the opposite side of the parking lot and waiting for that vehicle to pull out? At what point is that like sitting at a bar waiting on the drunk guy to leave? At what point is that wrong? Is that wrong or is it right? Because if you've ran these tags and you find a dude that has warrants, suspension of license, no insurance. It's actually safer as a community to get the person off the road. Sitting outside the bar catching the drunk guy. The drunk guy is safer to get him off the road. But at what point do we say, dude, you're like just shooting fish in a barrel? When is it wrong?
This happened. That's why I asked, because this happened to me. I didn't have my license, or my tag expired. Okay, and a cop. I was at work. I worked 10 hours that day. Okay, the cop read my license plate and stayed and waited for me to go home.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He could be out on the street.
But if that's the case and you know that's happening, you just don't ride home in that car.
And I'll say it now, I hate the Winder Police Department because they're terrible cops. They're terrible.
Well, how about I had a
And I'll
state
say
trooper
it.
one
I'll say it
time.
to their face.
I was in the wrong. I was running 120 on I-20.
120. There's cars that go that fast. What were you driving, honey? A Ferrari?
No.
Ferrari.
A Ferrari?
I was on the
Fiat and Ferrari.
I was
mixed.
on the Superman bike. The problem is I was behind two Honda Accords that were all tricked out like no-P cars. The problem is the radar that he was running at the time, three of us come around this curve and he's parked up against the wall. There's no way he could find me different than he could find them two, because we were all three bumper to bumper basically hauling ass. So there's no way he said I was running 120 and the Hondas in front of me were running 100, because that means I'd have ate him up. But the point being is, so he pulls me over. Well, my Superman bike is not a Harley. So he's got me pulled over on the side of the road and he's trying to read the VIN numbers, and he walks back to me and says, I'm calling the tow truck. This tag's not on the proper bike. And I went, what? He says, this is a Jap bike tag and this is not. And I'm like, what? He says, you've got a stolen tag. This is a stolen bike. And I said, have you fallen and bumped your head? I built this bike. This is a Kawasaki Main Street. No, sir, this tag's off a foreign bike. And he goes through hell. And I said, at what point do you not know how to read a VIN number? So we get in an argument on the side of the road over whether my bike's a Harley or not. And I have to make him reread this tag. Reread the serial number. And finally he's like, well, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Well, friggin' duh. But the whole time I'm fixing to get arrested because they believed they ran something well, they didn't believe they ran it incorrect. They believed they ran it correct. I understand that we say they're doing the right thing. I mean, because they are trying to do what's in the best interest. It's the law. Mike,
I was just gonna say that.
Of course, me doing 120 didn't help.
Yeah.
Let me word it. Let me just go ahead and let me reword that one.
Did you notice I wasn't looking at him?
Yeah.
Oh, you were going for that?
So as soon as I made eye contact with him, I knew he was going to go. But I was doing 120 because he knew that's where I was going. You suck.
I didn't know that's where you were going.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I swear I
that
did.
grin.
Yes.
No, that's Kawiki-Dink. I did not know that that's what you were
I
going.
got 29-inch waist.
Times two.
Yeah.
You have two of them.
Yeah. You knew.
I did not know you were going there.
God, Scotty, you do that to me like 3 times a day.
I did not know you were going there, sir.
You know that I always go back to the initial thing.
Of what was wrong.
If you're talking about law enforcement or you're talking about military, I will always go back to, wait a minute. If you weren't doing 120, you wouldn't even have a conversation.
I wouldn't even have been having the conversation. And that's exactly right.
Now, don't get me wrong. When I had my Ninja, 100 was,
I know.
the guy told me.
Right.
He said, this is a high-performance bike. Do not drive this through town.
Right.
Stop and go. It's not a good idea, but
Right.
get on the expressway and open her up.
That's exactly right. All right, we got a call, or anybody else that would like to call in, please call in. Just Fun Radio. Hello.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah.
We bought the kid a new toy. Sorry
Fruit
about
salad.
that.
Well, is
Somebody's
that
been
or the
eating
stun
a truck
gun?
stop.
Fruit salad.
So what's up with you,
Anyway.
sidekicker?
All this chit chat about, like cops profiling and all that.
Yeah.
Nobody
And-
said profiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Kind of touched it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you did say the
Y'all
P
think
word.
you have it? You think you have it had in just regular cars? Imagine being in an 18-wheeler,
Yeah.
because we have, you know,
More wheels to
deal
look
with-
at.
well, no, we have to deal with DOT cops, DOT enforcement.
Okay.
Believe it or
Which
not,
are what?
they
Cops that
do-
couldn't make it as cops?
How do you become a DOT?
That's
What do they
actually kind of good. I'm going to have to remember that one.
What?
Yeah,
But
you,
no,
you
they
say that.
actually, believe it or not, they do not have to have any probable cause to stop an 18-wheeler.
Really?
Well, they're
Or any
they're
type of commercial
DOT.
vehicle.
Yeah, they don't have to. They don't have to.
Dang, that kind of
I,
sucks.
and prime example, if you, I think it was about this time last year, I was driving down I-20, didn't even have a trailer connected to me. I was going back to work for my weekend off.
I'm driving
Shut up,
on my
Mike.
hands wet on the wheel.
Come on, sidekick.
I got
hurry.
pulled over on the side. I got pulled over on the side of the interstate because he just wanted to do an inspection on my truck, but I didn't do anything wrong. They do not have to have any cause to stop an 18-wheeler.
Oh, you did something, mister.
It
No.
could have been picking up them 3 hookers at the truck stop.
Look, that only happened 3 times. Okay, oh, sorry.
Little Richard says, "Is it profiling if the cop pulls you over thinking that you're a kid driving because he can only see the top of your head?"
Your hair smells nice.
Little Richard.
Little Richard, it makes you wonder how many times that has happened to Little
And
Richard.
I'm not bashing cops by any means. That's not what I was trying to do. I was making the crack about the whole, dog throwing signal on the dope heads. Just saying.
So what else is going on in Just for Funland this morning?
Woo, everything, baby.
Well, let's see. We've got a run now.
Look,
Wine
you call
later.
me
5K.
baby again, and
Yes.
Cookie's going to come out, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, cookie.
Cookie, you're so fine. You're
Cookies
so
and
fine. You blow my
cream.
mind. Hey, Cookie. Yeah, Cookie.
I think that was Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so
Yeah?
fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
I was just trying to help.
Oh, okay.
Look, y'all keep saying my name. Well, here I am. You brought out the inner Cookie.
What's up, my little white macadamia?
Oh, I have to tell my niece
Look,
happy
you
birthday.
leave my macadamia nuts alone.
No, that's not what I heard. Uh-oh.
You're a big guy. You like to bite down. That's not comfortable.
Oh my God.
The Doc has.
He's smoking a
Where
bong.
did you find that? Because it sounds fabulous.
Oh my God, it's at Mac. It's there. What are you doing?
Smoking a bowl. A bong.
Oh, I
Don't-
was like,
don't do
what is
that.
going on? There's
Mike,
water.
don't
No,
do
but
that again
Cookie,
on
it is
camera.
the Mac
There's
lip
water.
gloss. It's the Mac.
She's acting like she
luster
don't
gloss.
know.
Ruin Christmas. Stop it, Mike.
I'm trying to give Cookie some makeup, some lip gloss advice because everyone loves my lip
Exactly.
gloss.
Yeah, like that fool needs to know that.
Everyone loves my lip gloss. And Cookie, when you put this on your lips, it makes them really, really soft. You know how sometimes when you wear different lip glosses, they get really chapped, and it's really hard when
Uh-huh.
you kiss. And so when
The
you
reason his is getting chapped is for whole different reasons.
but if you use this and if
Shut up, Scotty.
if you use this and if you use the moisture, there's a lip conditioner. If you put that on first, and then you
Yes.
put your lip gloss on, and then if you get the cream lipstick, like one of the
Damn,
Viva
how much stuff
Glams,
you putting on your lips?
Just enough.
just enough because I want to make sure my lips are smooth when I kiss you, honey.
Come over here and do it.
So listen, I just got the if you drive 18-wheelers or a commercial vehicle, you better have the DOT physical. That is one hefty ticket if you don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your time, your hours that you drive? Isn't that a really, really big thing? I
Yeah,
mean,
Cookie,
yeah,
how do you squeeze in blow times and drive times?
Very, very carefully.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
How
Okay.
many hours
No,
a
well,
day can
Sometimes
you
at the same time.
How
You
many,
can only work 14 hours a day, but of that 14, you can only drive 11.
Wow.
how many days a week?
As many days a week as you can.
Okay, wait a minute.
But
So
you can
could-
only, but you can, no, you have every week, or say I start my week on Monday.
Okay.
Right then, I have 70 hours
Okay.
total that
Okay.
I can work and or drive.
Okay.
But on day 8, then it goes into what we call recap, which
Oh.
means the hours that I worked on day 1, I get back. So I can work from every day from now till the end of time,
Jesus.
as
Well, wait a
long as
minute.
I have hours on that 70-hour clock.
wait a minute, Cookie. If you can work 11 hours a day and there are 7 days in a week, then that's 77 hours. So why are you only allowed to work 70? Where did those extra 7 hours go?
The truck stop,
That's-
chick. God, don't you know
The
anything?
the 11 hours is only time you're allowed to drive.
Yeah, work
You're
14-hour
given
day.
14 hours a day to work.
Okay, I
Because
got you.
there's certain things where you have to be considered on duty, but you're not driving.
I got you. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
loading and unloading at a customer, doing inspections, that kind of thing.
Because I was like, wait, there's 7 hours missing. You know, I'm
Did y'all
But
see that?
and we are.
Did you see how?
But after one of whether the 14-hour clock or the 11-hour clock, whichever one's the first to go to expire, you have to be off duty for a minimum of 10 hours consecutive before you can start working again.
okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
But the
Cookie.
DOT physical, every person with a commercial driver's license and operating a commercial vehicle has to have a DOT physical, and it's current and up to date. And now, because of new laws, you actually have to take that physical card to the Georgia DDS, and it has to be attached to your driver's license. So when a cop runs your license, if it pops up that you do not have a physical attached to your license in Georgia, that's a ticket.
Now, when you say attached, do you mean physically attached, or you just mean something like the insurance?
No,
is-
like in the system,
Okay,
like how
okay.
Georgia has the secured driver's license.
yeah, and the
It's just
insurance.
another thing. Yeah, they pull up on the computer all the stuff from my license, and then it'll say current DOT physical expires at this time. But even
Mike's
though,
on the list. It's just totally a different type of
Yeah,
list.
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
but even though it's attached to my license, I still have to have the actual card on me at all times,
So,
even in a personal car when I'm not in a truck.
all right, so this is probably one of the most important questions you're going to hear today. Where'd Cookie go?
In the sleeper.
Somebody suddenly
Yeah, Cookie's
transitioned.
back there in the sleeper. She had a long
Yeah,
night.
Whatever. You transitioned.
Which is okay.
There's a trans
you
involved
go-
with that sentence.
You know what?
Look,
You're going to
be
ruin
nice.
Thanksgiving. So shut up.
Whatever pays the bills. Sorry. Whatever pays the bills.
Oh my God. He
Trust me, no, but I never ruin a Thanksgiving. I'm always giving thanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you're always the big turkey
oh my God.
getting stuffed.
Y'all can't call me on my cell phone when I'm on the air. You have to call the studio. I
Oh,
can't
I will-
answer my cell
I
phone.
will
happens
call
a
you.
lot.
I will call you right now.
All right, we're going to shoot off the
What
commercial.
do you want us to call you?
All right, see y'all later. Be
See you,
cool.
man. See you later. Bye.
I can tell it's Friday.
Oh my gosh. Some of my friends are
You don't
Yeah.
lie. You don't have any friends.
In the beginning there, they
You know we're still on.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a growing thing. They'll figure it out. Everybody, we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
the first couple of weeks people were calling me. I'm like, I can't. What are you doing?
No one
call
loves
the
me.
studio.
No one loves me and calls me.
Yeah,
What, maybe
I
you
have
don't have
no
your
one
phone.
knows that I'm on the fucking radio.
because you turn your head to the
On the
camera.
what?
YouTube. Say what we want.
I'm in the spa.
We gotta start taking a camera in there.
No, we don't. Really, we were good.
You don't realize there's one hidden here, Mike. I watch you pee sometimes.
Ugh. You catching that, YouTube? Scotty's pinching one off in there.
Oh my gosh. NYPD sergeant accused of throwing ejaculate on female coworker.
No.
Where was that at?
New NYPD.
Look at that
You know what? We need to wire a camera in here and a microphone and have it on a selective button so you can turn it on if you want to. Because I just think that'd be hilarious.
And illegal.
No, not if you turn it on.
Great, we're
Because
going
I'd
to
be in there
jail.
like this going, and it hooked to the YouTube. Hey!
See, I keep telling y'all that I don't look good in orange. Oh, Orange is the New Black. Who watches that?
Not me, but I've been wanting.
Oh, I love that show.
I hadn't got involved to it.
I am the hugest fan ever. Okay, I would love to have them in studio. Oh my god, I love that.
Freaking Piper's hilarious. And Alex, I've loved Alex since
From the
70s
beginning,
show.
yeah.
I
But
don't like the
Piper
black hair
actually
in the
turned out to be more manipulative than I thought.
I can't believe. I think they knew in the beginning that he liked Miss Pearl. I like the way she's turned out, and I like him off the show. I like him gone.
I didn't like him in the
He was a
beginning. He
freaking
was
idiot.
too weak.
Yeah, and it was lame-o. The whole
saying right here.
no, close it. That, but
Yeah,
he was
otherwise
such,
we're gonna have to do the.
he was such a lame character. And
waterfall things. That are just
Oh, you want a portable waterfall?
Not a portable
You,
one.
we need the rocks.
like you plug it
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
No, we
And we
can't have anything with noise. Because like yesterday, it was quiet in here, and you could hear that clock going. Tick, 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 tick.
I think
That's a waterfall, baby.
I wonder if we can contact. I wonder about the guys from.
He'll just come stand there and pee in the sink while you're peeing. And you'll hear something sounds like.
Mike is
waterfall.
trying to talk. Everybody.
I just don't have. I don't wanna-
It's okay, Mike. What were you trying to say,
I
honey?
want to get the guys from The Walking Dead in here.
You want the guys from? I can get the guys from The Walking Dead.
Can you? I like The Walking
Well, we've
Dead.
had
I
a
wanna-
couple.
I want
we
to
can
know
work
where
on
it's
that.
going
Okay,
because you know they do the split season, which is
you want me to
I
see?
know, like,
yes.
Since we're media, I mean, all we got to do is ask.
You know, I don't know anybody to ask though. That'd be a tough.
I like this song.
Man, I want to know where that's going because
Can you play Georgia Florida Line?
it's one of
I
those.
hadn't downloaded any of their new stuff.
No, that one, the one about it's not their new song, it's their old one. One of their old ones.
But yeah, I got the old ones on.
The Lift Kit or something like
Are
that.
you going all 3 days?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going all 3 days?
Yeah.
Are you
I don't
just
know how
going
work is
Sunday?
gonna be for me.
What's everybody do today when the show's
I
over?
might just go on the parade.
I need to find somewhere to get my nails done.
I'm supposed to talk to
I need to
Steve.
get mine done.
Where do you get yours done?
without my lips moving. Tracy's watching.
Where? Oh, we should go to the nail and get our nails done together one day. I'll come up to
You
your
should
house
see
and
the
get it
text
done.
messages.
From who?
I would call you, but
Is it hard to catch?
on the phone.
Huh?
Oh,
Hard to catch.
I'll give you
Well,
my number.
His text message.
Look, that's like at the club. I'll give you my number. Yeah, I do need to get your
number.
number now.
It's fine. Get my
He's just a New Yorker.
Well, how are you going
He's
to
just
talk
from
to
New
people?
Jersey. He's just that guy.
smoke signals.
Okay, well,
I'm like a quarter.
let me start
Plus,
working
you
on
know,
my
I always
stuff.
got stuff to do, man.
Are you
I
getting
used to
bird?
be able to go to lunch with you guys, but
No, I'm doing my practice
just
on
got
my
me to
smoke
do some
signal.
freaking research. I got 2 laptops and this tablet going and my phone, and I'm putting this out everywhere, man. I'm
You
putting this
did
out
this
all
to
over the
me.
freaking world. Her show,
I love being pregnant.
her show is going to be.
I love being
I'm
pregnant.
serious. You know what I told Jacob?
Love being pregnant.
I did.
I
I,
said-
really
he
enjoyed
said, "Ask
being
me if I need
pregnant.
some
I
help."
loved having
And I said,
my
"Will you do me a
children.
favor and find out how?
You
What
love
do we have
the
to do to
process
syndicate?
of-
Well, I didn't
You know?
love the process of getting
Is that
pregnant.
something
I hated
we
the
can
process,
syndicate
but I love
This show, we
actually
can syndicate her
being
show. You know,
pregnant.
if it's just
Syndicate to
paperwork,
do what?
and giving birth.
Giving birth wasn't
world.
bad. I did all natural.
We're already
childbirth.
around the world.
And it
What do you-
wasn't
but if
bad.
we syndicate,
It's
people will
wrong.
pay us to have the show.
Well, I went.
Oh,
through-
I
did.
get you. You're talking about have us
Yeah.
played on other stations.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
There was the one guy that hooked it up right in between.
And it will be, there will be, you know, they will pay us to
Yes, so
I got that part.
What are we getting paid to do?
nothing,
Nothing.
sex.
Are we going to lunch?
Oh, I would love to go to lunch.
That's what I was asking.
Let's do
If we're
lunch.
going to Chinese food, I'm going.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go
wait.
to
I
Mandarin.
got to get your number, baby.
I gotta get your phone number for sure. I needed to talk to you yesterday.
678.
Wait, are we on YouTube, Land?
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here,
Just
write it down.
Put it in the phone.
And then I have to mention the Will Run for Wine. Will Run Wine Later 5K.
We'll work for beer. That's what you just said.
We'll run
Are you
for
a wino?
a box of
Are you a
wine.
wino too? Oh my gosh. So Trader Joe's, we're going to have wine on the women's show on Ladies Talk. And I'm going to have the snacks from Trader Joe's. And I'm going to feature different wines from Trader Joe's. And also this wine boutique. And
We're going to go ahead and say that.
okay, we're going to have Kool-Aid on the show. What?
So,
Pardon me.
are you
Bless
saying you drank the Kool-Aid?
I drank
They
the
will
Kool-Aid
that
a long
night.
time
We'll bring in
ago.
some hunch punch.
I want a movie.
Hey,
on
Mike,
the-
slide
you
me
call
your
that?
pad. Give me your pad, baby.
What did you say about the movie night? What did you call the movie?
Time to go. Time to go.
What did you call the movie night?
What movie night, honey?
You said something. You called the movie night something.
Screen on the Green?
Screen on the Green, baby. That's it.
Well, we did a Screen on the Green over here at Scotty's.
All right, we're back.
Yeah.
I like grass on the field sometimes.
But
What conversation are we on?
Not that one.
Okay.
We're
Landing strips and Hitlers seem to be better.
when there's grass in the field, go pull.
No, we were all talking about what we're going to do this weekend.
He just meowed at me.
No, I was just making sure people knew what topic we were on.
No, he just went meow at me.
I don't know what I'm going to do, y'all.
You don't do anything. You just go with it.
I just go with
Just-
I know, right?
Just go with it.
Babies look like
Okay.
Halle Berry.
So guys, this is like the most fun.
Sex with him, the babies look like Dirty Harry, not Halle Berry.
Never go back to women.
You would
Oh, that is so not true.
No. After sex with him, you just would never have sex again. There wouldn't be no go back to women.
Do you know how I'm like
You
a
would
poster
gouge your
child?
eyes out.
I'm a poster child for lesbians. You know how many women I have driven to that side?
Little Richard just said grass on the field just made me laugh.
No, I was laughing because one of my friends, she's going through a problem with her husband, and she sends me a text. She goes, "I'm just going to be a lesbian." I'm thinking, "Oh, girl, you got no idea."
Yeah, it's not quite that easy.
Yeah,
is it?
it's not quite that
Yeah,
easy.
I think so. I mean, I could see if I was a lesbian.
You go
I'm
to
good.
the building and you get your gay card. Get your little gay
Is
card.
there a gay building you go to?
Yeah,
The Rainbow Room?
10% is not enough. We must always recruit.
Mhm.
I am accepting new converts now. I'm trying to get my toaster oven by the end of the month.
Hey, if you go down to the Rainbow Room, is the theme song Somewhere Over the Rainbow? Is that
yeah,
is that what it is?
if I can convert a certain amount of women to lesbianism by the end of the month, this gay agenda that I'm obviously working, I can get me a toaster oven, and if I can get
There's a little punch card that we get.
yeah, it's a
in the
punch
mail
card,
every month.
every month. And then if I can convert even more, I get stock in U-Haul, and all lesbians need U-Hauls because what do we bring to a second date? A U-Haul.
Wow.
That must be a gay joke. 'cause I don't get it.
Lesbian deathbed.
Yeah. That is so true. Lesbian deathbed is true.
So we could just start telling Polite jokes and we'll be okay.
No, I'm Polish.
So you know how to drive a Polite crazy?
Yep.
How?
I've heard this joke.
Put them in a round room and tell them to go pee in the corner.
No, I'll tell you later. That's
No, that's how you keep a Polite in suspense. I'll tell you later. Duh. You should know your jokes.
I walked you right into that one, Scotty. I still don't think you got it.
No, I'm just laughing because I think you're gonna have your Polite card pulled for that.
All right. So what is everybody doing this weekend?
Well, no one needs to get their.
We're going to
pull-up
Mandarin
pulled.
Garden as soon as we get out of here, but I got to go upstairs and put on
Mandarin
pants
Garden.
so I can get on the motorcycle.
Yeah, thank you finally for putting on pants.
Yeah, Scotty dressed
Listen,
up
I
for
dressed
today.
up today.
Wait, and
I got on a tie. I'm wearing underwear. I didn't know if we were gonna have a guest.
So that's what that smell was.
This is the most fun I
Leave
have
it to
had
a
in the
19-year-old.
morning since I got to shoot 300 rounds on the Fulton County firing range.
When?
Your personal weapon?
No, what? Okay, so the reason why I got to shoot 300 rounds is because you have to qualify in law enforcement with an 80 or better. And when I went through the academy, it was when I started getting sick, and I had a hard time pulling my weapon. And so some of the guys, they were going.
I had a hard time pulling my weapon too.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming.
the guys
Someone
were
had
trying to be nice
Once.
to me, and so they were going to shoot my target for me. Well, what ended up happening was the agreement was that the guy on my left and the guy on my right were going to shoot, but everybody knew that I was sick, so everybody started shooting my target. So when they came to score,
This sounds so perverted because I've never pulled my weapon with a guy on my left and a guy on my right. I've never pulled Tyler, maybe. I've never pulled my weapon like that.
And I was the guy that used to do that for the guys that could pass, by the way.
yeah. So, but so the range master comes out and he's counting the holes in the target,
9,000, 9,001.
and I
Connect the dot. It's the Big Dipper.
I got in trouble because I had like 4 times. He's like, so then he made me empty my clip. and I had no bullets missing from the clip. So I had to go shoot 300 rounds until I qualified, and I broke nails, and my fingers were bloody. And but shout out to Major Anthony Corey, who's probably listening right now. Major Corey, I love you so much.
Oh,
and he got me qualified.
That's cool.
So
I've always offered, and I've shot with Rockdale, Covington, Conyers. I've shot with a lot of police departments.
you know who has the best range though?
Yes.
No, I mean like the best. No,
A sniper?
no, I'm talking about in terms of physical. Like
A cook?
you know what? Jesus, I don't need you to just take the wheel. I need you to be the whole fence at the moment. Just be the whole fence.
You ruined Christmas.
It's just for fun, after all.
Thanks.
Oh, BKB Tyler. So
Santa
what do you have
died.
going on this weekend?
Work
You're working.
and some of this.
Oh, and
Oh, is
Oh,
it
you
dead?
got lucky. My farter died.
Yes.
yes,
I killed it.
you killed
I
it.
killed it.
How do you kill a fart gun?
You hold it tight.
X-Lax.
Oh, there we go.
X-Lax.
There we go. It was
All
just
right, you figured it out.
it was a moment.
I know how to squeeze one out.
Moment.
Oh, so this weekend, Shirley's Cutie Cakes is having her grand reopening. And I can't wait.
I'm not doing anything.
What's today?
Tomorrow, they're doing the anniversary for Cycle World in Athens. So we're all riding out. Hopefully, I'll get a bunch of people up tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow at
We
Top
ride to
Dog
Athens.
Tavern, we have the monthly car show.
Really?
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Bunch of hot rods.
But videotape a little bit for me.
All right.
Yes, please do.
Do a selfie type.
I mean,
thing.
I'd have to ask the owner.
I will give you. You want?
Why? If it's out in the parking lot, you just video a little bit.
You
for
want to borrow my
us.
sunglasses with the video camera in it?
Yeah. That'll
Yeah. Okay. And then you just walk around and talk.
And
Say-
please do not wear them when you go to pee.
yeah, it's not.
Editing is a great thing.
Yeah.
Scotty.
But talk. While you're doing it, and you got to remember. And Scotty pointed this out to me too. Where you look, it records, and it records audio.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people, like when I wore it the first time, you don't realize how much you look at something with your eyes, that you don't really turn your head. So the problem is, like, I can be sitting here aiming my face at the camera, but I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
So the problem is, you'll go to talk to somebody, and on video, you're hearing you talk to somebody, and you're looking at some ceiling or some crack in the wall.
Or you don't get the right angle when you're talking to people.
Or you're sitting there talking to somebody on video, and all of a sudden you see this girl's butt on camera, and you're like, ooh, Mike was videoing that time.
Not but.
Bunch of crotch shots.
Yeah, a lot of crotch and a lot of boobs in my videos.
Oh, my God.
More than a Chris Rock video, let me tell you.
Oh, and then there's a movie in Old Town this weekend too. I think.
Oh yeah.
Are they filming it or watching it?
I think they're watching it. I think it's the first screen on the green thing.
Oh, okay.
No, we're screen on the green.
What sucks is I volunteered to do that years ago, and it sucks because I give all these people these great ideas, and then they shit on me and don't use me.
Wait, no.
I meant to say sheet, but
Okay,
9:53.
but the real word came out.
Well, that's
Apologize for
okay
that.
because Ladies Talk, we're going to have a screen on the green over here on the lake
There
at
we
the
go.
studio.
Yeah.
Because Scotty,
We are not having friggin' Steel Magnolia out here on my yard.
Yes, we are.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
yes, we got. Can
Oh
we
my
do
God.
2 Wong Fu?
I don't know, can you? This is why Christmas got
Which
ruined
one was that one?
2 Wong Fu.
with Patrick Swayze.
God,
Yeah.
I just watched it the other day. I
Um,
saw it on. That's why I was laughing.
I can never say his name.
Wesley Snipes.
No,
and the other guy.
Lakazuma.
Yeah.
Oh,
Montezuma's Revenge.
No, not
the
Montezuma's
guy, the
Revenge.
Hispanic dude. Lamazuma. The guy who played in Spawn. too.
So, anyways, I just find that be funny.
So,
Oh, my
and
God.
Ladies Talk
He saw
premieres on
A-Town now.
Thursday.
Thursday
Ladies-
next week?
Yeah,
And what
next
time?
Thursday
What
at
time?
7:00.
And how long does it go?
And we're gonna go to 8:30.
Hour and a half.
Do you
An
have
hour
a primary sponsor yet?
We are
Working on it.
We are working on it. Actually, what I think is I'm actually booking out guests through. I think I'm into September now,
Wow.
And what we're looking at doing, instead of having one major guest, one major sponsor like we are on Guns and Gadgets, that
each episode
we
will
may
be
have
sponsored by
a couple of them,
yeah.
a couple of different sponsors.
So
Very cool.
if you want, guys, and this is where I really need my female business owners to step up to the plate and contact me so that you can sponsor an episode of a show. And sponsoring an episode of the show, remember, this is a show for women by women. And
It's a show for women, by women, about women.
about women.
And a gay guy.
But, you know,
This
Scott,
is not a bad joke. 3 lesbians and a gay guy go driving across Atlanta. This is not you.
no,
So to be like 2 lesbians, a straight woman, and a gay guy was driving through. No.
Scotty, can I please ask for money now? So I really need all of my women, my female business owners, to seriously step up and sponsor an episode, because this, even though we do this for fun and I love what I do, we've all got to pay our bills.
God knows what this studio's cost me over the years.
So women, Scotty's given us the space. Let's get back to him and let's support the entire network. Sponsor.
Well, because we want to keep growing.
We want to keep growing, and we
doing
can't grow without money.
Keep providing you content.
So please, 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 please step up. Please sponsor.
Brother needs some chicken nuggets.
I need some Jordans.
I need some cubed tofu with teriyaki sauce, and also a lovely alfalfa edamame sprout
So
salad.
somebody please give her $1. This poor girl's starving.
You know what?
She's got to be starving if she's eating that crap.
When you eat something like that, you don't need to get an enema, do you? Because if I ate that, I would, man.
They shove it up in it that way.
Soft
I would
serve
be that-
ice cream.
I'd be
That's
that
all.
high off the toilet, man. look, Scotty, I'm hovering.
So when I started thinking about doing this
That
show,
spa would turn into.
I had no idea that I was going to find you. But
Mud
in all the ideas of doing this show, you know, I had envisioned, me and my wife for years have been talking about doing a show like this, and we had just been envisioning that we want it to be The View on steroids. We want it to be what they can't do. We want it to be real, open. We don't want producers saying this is what we want y'all to talk about. We want y'all to talk about what y'all want to talk about. If it's food advice on how to prepare food, other women might want to hear this. Men might want to hear this. If it's about menstrual cycles, people might not want to hear it, but men, you need to understand.
Right.
The 15th, go on vacation. You need to know these certain things.
It's not go on vacation. It's learn how to man it.
No,
You know what?
it's
I
run.
set you up and you just swung at the ball.
It's run for cover.
It's not run for cover. It's called step yo coochie up
Okay.
and man up.
I don't have a coochie.
And do you see why I threw that ball and you just
Yeah,
swung at
and I
it? It's
just swung
because
at it.
most of the men go, oh my God,
I gotta
but-
run.
we need you to explain these
But
things.
you know what? But
We
hey,
want women to say stuff and guys go, holy crap, do you know last night I was listening to that friggin' Just for Fun? Oh, I know. They're crazy as hell in the morning. But do you know what I learned last night? I learned why my wife uses my Gillette razor, because the Venus just doesn't work. I mean, I need people to be able to go, oh my God, I learned something, because The View sucked. The View had great opportunity and just couldn't do what wanted to be done. Mainstream television wouldn't allow it. The producers wouldn't allow it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to invent something that is going to give women freedom of speech, 100% freedom of speech.
Suffrage.
yeah, and I have to, you know, Scotty, all kidding aside, being serious. I know we're just for fun, but being serious.
right.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, seriously.
Don't go there.
Don't do it.
Don't go towards the light. Don't go towards the light.
NEM. Sorry. I have no inner monologue.
Okay, I need.
Elvira, go jogging now.
Tyler,
too.
Tyler, I need assistance.
What you want from me, girl? I can't help you with this.
He's like,
Okay, we're gonna try to be serious. Kumbaya, my lord.
Kumbaya.
Give me the s'mores, damn it.
Okay,
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
are incredible.
I'm gonna mute us and let her talk. We'll see how long this lasts.
Okay, this is crazy. Okay, so now I feel like I'm talking
Hurry
to
up!
myself.
Hurry up!
I have really enjoyed my time on the morning show. Education Station. I am so sorry, I forgot.
Can you finish on the night part first?
Oh, I promise I'm going to get to Education Station. All right, on the nights. So the very first guest next Thursday is going to be Chandra Wright from the nonprofit Girl. And actually, if you go, if you're watching on YouTube, you will see the antics that are going on in the studio right now. Tyler.
Yes, ma'am.
He's just trying to twerk. I mean, work.
Okay.
Mike, don't get that close to me. Oh my god, where's my stun gun? Do
Oh
that
my
again.
gosh, the guys are twerking in the studio. They're twerking.
Whistle
in the
while
studio.
you twerk.
No, but Chandra is going to be our first guest. And then after Chandra, we've got Tracy Wilson from the Terrell Wilson Foundation. So I'm going to kick off with the nonprofits in our community, which I think is a really cool way
That
to go.
would be us. We're definitely not profiting. Not a lot of money in those things.
So I'm excited about kicking off and giving back to the community. Then in August, we've got the sex architect of Atlanta, Marla Stewart, is coming in studio. So
And I'm bringing in an Etch-a-Sketch. I want her to show me how to do stuff.
and she's also going to be talking about the Sex Down South conference.
Hey, I'm all about some down south.
Yeah, just don't go.
So am I.
Just don't go from south to east too quickly
Um,
or without permission.
Oh my god, keep it going.
and then let's see. So I mean, we got a lot of good things. We're actually going to do an in studio body wrap night, and I'm excited about that.
And we're trying to figure this one out. We're trying to figure out how we're going to pull it off.
Advocare has those body wraps you can.
Well, my sister-in-law sells it, so we're going to have her in
Okay,
here.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
she's going to do that, and then we're also going to have a pampered chef night on every ladies talk. On every ladies,
We're going to try
talk.
to do a pampered poodle night one night, too. A pampered puppy. So
Yeah, we're
like-
going to have a pampered puppy. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Combine
I
the
can,
shows.
I can have a max of 5 guests on mic. No, 4 guests.
For us, an engineer.
Well, and I can set up a spare, but it just when you get too many voices in here, everybody tries to
Everybody
talk.
starts talking. Yeah, so really,
Kind of like them two twerking a minute ago, you know.
I can have a max of 5 people in studio. So if you want I've already set up the events. So the way that I'm going to do it is if you respond to the event and you click join, the first 5 people who say I want to be in studio get the studio.
Did y'all hear how she's learning to speak faster? Did you just see
Yes.
that? She like kicked it in high gear.
Wait till she does her show. She's gonna be like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's 7:10.
what she was blown away is we were doing commercial stuff yesterday, spot IDs and stuff, and she would be it's V. Hold on. Tell me how you feel. Well, Scott, I need you to explain a few things. And then I'm like, hey, this is Ichikadi, and I want to tell you, welcome to Just Fun. I want to tell you about it. And she's looking at this going, how the hell did you squeeze all that into 19 seconds?
Exactly.
I noticed how y'all did all that
It ain't
after I
easy
left.
being
Well,
cheap.
it just
I thought that
accidentally
you were going
happened.
to stay here. I didn't know that you were leaving. It
No.
was
We
No,
didn't know we
no.
were going to do it.
It
We
was-
we left from here and it was
No.
2:15.
Mike, literally yesterday morning we get on air and you packed up your stuff. You didn't even say goodbye. I felt
so
like a
true.
hooker in the night. You packed up and left.
Money's on the dresser, sweetheart.
I was about to say you felt like a girl. I was the one that had to leave.
You know what Mike says to girls after he has sex with them?
Why do my eyes burn?
Are you taking a shower before you leave? And they're like, I thought I was staying.
No,
Yeah,
no, I'm not done.
Well, I'm
I'm
not a
not-
cuddler.
Yeah, definitely not a cuddler.
So, but anyway, but seriously, okay, Education Station, real quick.
She said seriously.
Someone, well, no,
I'm,
know where
I'm,
you're
I'm,
at?
I'm muting us guys again.
Do you know
What
where
she
you're
tried-
at?
I know. Education Station. Those of you who've listened to me every Friday for the past 2 years know that I always do Education Station. And I take a question from the dranisemabry.com site, which is the homeschool advice site. And one of the questions this morning that I got is, my child has an IEP, can I homeschool? The answer is absolutely yes, you can homeschool your child that has an IEP. Yes, the county that you live in would still have to provide the same resources that that child is already receiving. And yes, you will actually have to do a declaration of intent to homeschool, and that form can either be found on my website, or if you go to the Georgia Department of Education and then click on the homeschool link, and you can file your declaration of intent there. Okay.
Wow. That sounded very
All right.
governmental.
I got to pee. So we're going to go for commercials real quick.
Real quick, I want you to
And I
watch
got a
this.
song. What?
What's that?
Hold on.
A guy taking
Hold on.
Tampax out of his bulletproof.
What are we looking at?
A girl menstruating.
Oh my God. Okay. So we're going to commercial. We're going to be right back. Everybody hang tight. This next song goes out to all the kids.
Happy birthday, Mikkel. Auntie loves you.
I like the way he did it like a hand grenade.
Really? Fall back!
More of them.
They're in the trees.
Ah.
Napalm sticks to kids.
Sticks to the tummies
Why
and
did you
sticks to
leave
the
so
ribs.
quick yesterday, Mike?
I like mine with 11 centimeters.
Why'd you leave so quick yesterday?
What's that?
Why'd you leave so quick yesterday?
I had to.
Oh, okay.
I'm so excited to get you.
You're like, I'm excited about the little things in life. You hungry?
I see we slowly get back to a 3-hour show because we're wide open, which is good.
I'm busy too.
You busy what?
I'm playing
Play
World
it.
Series of poker.
Really? You're supposed to be part of the show.
I am. This tones me down, brother.
Oh my God.
It
I don't
tones
want
you
to. I don't
down.
want to take over. You're ruining Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was really awkward after that. It really was.
I love it, man.
Christmas would be better
Kill it.
than not much.
I'm going back to bed, Jacob.
I know. I saw it.
Oh, you wussy.
Gotta be careful. He thinks we're mad at him. I guess I am mad at him. When's the last time we had a band here?
Oh, shut it.
He pulled what's his name out of the Black Oxygen. That was just a lucky draw.
That was awesome.
Jeez. We need a band. We need to have at least one band a week so we can get back.
All right, we're back. Jacob says he's going back to bed.
Good night.
Oh, okay.
Good night.
Wait, hold on. I just got a question. They want to know how much would it cost to be a sponsor on an episode?
Can't talk about that on
Yeah,
air.
we don't do that.
I don't do business during the show.
We don't-
Sorry.
yeah.
We'll talk about that after the show.
Just if you'll get a phone number.
Yeah, get a phone number
Okay.
and we'll, because it's just the business. When we're in our funny zone, we don't talk about business. Mike, what did you pay for that prostitute yesterday?
$9.32.
You're supposed to say we don't talk about business.
Oh,
All right,
It's only business if you use the company credit card.
well, it was $9.38.
I don't have an EBT card. Sorry.
It was an Asian prostitute, and I thought it ended up being a panda.
Did she
my.
promise you that she
Oh
would love you
my.
one time?
Best panda sex I ever had.
He looked at the Chinese girl and said, "What do you mean we're done? I thought that's all you could eat." She says, "No, that's only at the buffet."
$10. Holy crap!
He said, "I wanted a California roll." She says, "I gave you the Georgia roll. I pushed you down the hill."
You can't bring a chair up here, fat boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm just too much for
Maybe
myself.
you know we're looking for a cook. Our other cook quit. What was his name? Juan Hang Tudo. Well, how about his brother? Juan Hang Way Tudo.
Oh my God, this is too sad. So, yeah.
So wait a minute. Okay, while you're stutter stepping.
Saved by the phone call. Saved by the phone call.
Shut
Hello,
up, Doc.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is hello. How are you?
This sounds serious.
I'm great. And yourself?
I'm good. Why did you call me on my cell phone? Why
Oh.
didn't you just call the studio?
Stop flirting.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't very clear on the number to call.
I said call me in the studio.
Ooh.
woo! Somebody got a
I didn't get-
dude.
I didn't get the last part.
Well,
I just
next
got
time
call
you better
me.
listen.
He's not very clear.
You got one more again, girl. You got one more
What'd
again.
Stephanie say?
Yeah.
That's all I had to say about
That's
that.
You want to come to
That's
Thanksgiving?
all I have to say about that.
If you want to be at Thanksgiving, you better
Guys,
change that tone.
this is my sister. She's like my number one fan. She's
I'm so
a
sorry.
deputy.
She
She's
said her standards low.
You need to teach your sister how to dress because this
Everyone has a
reject
hobby.
was trying to put on striped flannels.
Well, I mean, you gotta have a hobby.
That's
Scott.
like when
I've
Stephanie
been
said,
working on that. I have been working on that for 40 plus years.
Yeah.
It's no good.
If it's clean, you can wear it.
Listen, you're sitting in the redneck's chair, and you know how I know this? Because she tried that the other day. The other day, I said, now listen, we're going somewhere nice tomorrow. I need you to wear nice pants. She says, I'm going to wear my black khakis.
She didn't get the memo on how to dress.
No.
And she failed dressing 101.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't you have some courthouse security to go do?
Oh.
Well, actually, I'm doing that now. The judge is not on the bench. So you told me to stay away from everything that might hurt me.
I
So I'm
told you
sitting
don't
in the
run
back
tags.
office.
I told you
So you
don't
told
run
her-
tags.
I will call Al Sharpton.
No, my sister is not allowed to run tags. She's not allowed to pull cars over 15 minutes before her shift ends. She's not allowed to back up any domestic calls. She's not allowed to go out on any SWAT calls.
Girl,
She's-
you can't leave the house.
Right.
I need you
I
to
did
not
get
pick up
permission to
coffee.
leave the house. I can leave the house, and when I get to the courthouse, I have to come to a back office, stay far in the back, and
Oh,
don't
yeah.
bother anybody for 8 hours. Then cautiously drive home and don't say anything until I pull up in my driveway
Yeah.
and go 10-7 on the radio.
I
That's
see
my
it.
directive.
I need you to wear shoes with Velcro because you're going to trip. You can't wear nothing with a zipper because I want you to have Velcro flies. I mean, I need you in your bubble today
Get
because
in
you
the
can't
bubble.
leave the house.
And she has to call me on the phone, and I have to hear her go 10-7, 10-42.
There you go. Gesundheit.
Not
So
that I,
basically, that means where did the muskrat go, and
The eagle has left the nest.
what time is it in Mongooseville?
no, but I just
Still-
wanted to say,
Welcome to my world.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say I love you, Pat, and thank you for being an incredible sister, and thank you for all that you do to protect our county.
Pat, we love you.
What
Oh.
county? What county?
She's Peach County.
Where the hell's Peach
Where's
County?
Peach County?
Oh, look, you got to
Is
learn
that
your county.
Lesbianville or
No,
something?
wait.
Yeah,
no.
that's
I'm in the
Lesbianville.
heart of Georgia,
Peach.
middle Georgia, slam in the middle of Georgia.
Ooh.
Can't miss it.
Ooh.
Sorry.
That means she's like that Macon-ish.
Yeah, she's
area.
Macon.
There you go, Macon-ish. That's right.
I've lived here forever, and I've
Macon
never heard
bacon.
of Peach, Georgia.
There you go. But I'm the peachy peach.
Ooh.
Mm.
Talking
Really now?
Sucking
Uh,
on.
you-
Careful,
Yeah.
careful.
You're getting sweet on us, are you?
Yeah, them babies
I
look
feel
like
it
Halle
today.
Berry.
Might have to bake you into a pie.
I got the pink ones.
Them babies
And
look like
see-
Halle Berry.
Mike, yeah, and my sister's actually straight and single.
Hey, it doesn't
She
matter.
wouldn't
to
be
me.
once Mike got with it.
Yeah. It doesn't. It's funny
Mike-
that you
Oh,
think
my
that it
goodness.
matters.
Mike is our biggest recruiter.
Yeah.
That's-
Mike's a flipper flopper.
yeah, man. I
Oh,
got an
mine can
office.
go either way, huh?
He'll make you go the other way.
Yeah. Here, just
You'll go sprinting.
we don't work off of northeast, southwest, man. I'm a little northeast. I'm a little southwest. You can name it. I'm a little outback steakhouse.
When they say Confucius say, they're talking about him.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
Look, let me tell you something.
You all are having way too much fun up there. But I'm going to be in her area next week, so I might even get the pleasure of
Ooh,
meeting
that's
some of
gross.
you
You're
all.
her sister.
Yeah, really.
I know.
Come on the show.
I don't want my sister on the show. She
I
can't
wasn't
come-
asking you.
You know why
Come
we want her on the show? Here's
Why
why
that?
we want her on the show.
She ruined
We want her
Christmas.
on the
She's
show.
going to give us some dirt on you.
Yes, exactly.
Like the time you did this in the 8th grade or
Like
the time you
she
did
sent
this.
me to jail. You know, most kids,
That'll
when they
work
get in
too.
trouble, they go to timeout. I get in trouble. My sister sends me
Yes.
to jail.
We
Good. See, we need
Pat.
all that.
Pat, we need you on the morning show.
Okay, Anise,
Every bit of it.
Pat,
what stays at home, what goes on at home stays at home.
no. This is
Yeah, we're
this
talking
is
about
internet
jail.
radio.
That's not home. Jail's not home. Well, for some people it might be.
This is internet radio. Nothing. There are no rules.
All right, I love you,
There's
Pat.
no holy barn, huh?
I'm getting.
That's
some
why
pleasure.
your cat is dead.
What is that?
No,
going on
you
in my
did
head?
not
Thank you
say
for fun.
anything about my cat.
Oh no.
That's why that black cat is dead today, okay?
Did you kill
Go
a cat?
figure.
Did you kill?
You
Are
A
know
we
what?
talking code or
Yeah, I was about
something?
to say.
No,
is
she
this-
killed. I had a cat named Bucky Baby, and my cat went missing. And my mom told me that my cat walked away, and it was in a better place. And my
Wow.
sister actually was in on the
It
plot.
walked to the pillowcase.
You
It
know,
should have had 9 lives.
you know why you put a cat in a pillowcase?
What?
You know what? I'm traumatized. I am traumatized now. I'm gonna have to call my therapist, Pat. I'll send you the bill for my therapist because you know you brought up the Bucky Baby memory again, and I spent 20 years searching
Hey.
for Bucky Baby.
Scotty, Tyler, have you noticed that?
Okay,
since
well,
we
I tell you
started
what,
working with
when you get free today, just give me a call.
All right, I love you.
I love you too, and you all have a great day.
You
All right,
too.
you
Thank
too.
you too.
Pat, listen,
Okay, bye.
keep listening for just a second, though, because this is important. I have noticed that soon as we started talking to Pat, now when Doc was talking to Pat, it was fine. But when we started talking to Pat, did you notice the Doc started getting a little, hey, now, we don't want her coming
That's
in here.
right. Because she's got dirt.
Yeah.
She got dirt.
and
Ruh-roh.
I think Doc didn't want her thunder being stolen a little bit. And she was kind of like, no.
No, she's scared of what we're going to find out.
Yes. So, Pat, if you're listening, hit me up on Facebook and we'll schedule those days. That'll be great. I'm excited.
I'm worried that you're flirting in this conversation.
I am flirting.
Okay.
Right. Just so you know. That would be great.
Imagine
Yeah, Pat.
Christmas with him.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like he's the Griswold that showed up in the RV and threw the drain, down in the sewer pipe and pumped his poop and yeah.
Why? He's the coolest one of the Griswolds.
Every time I'm near a microwave.
So we're at 10:15, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and start wrapping this puppy up. Why? Because I'm ready to go get something to eat.
Jelly of the Month Club.
Oh, and women, if you know of a good nail salon in the area, hit me up
I
because I'm
know
trying to
one.
find a nail salon.
I know one.
Okay.
I know. My wife used to, daughter, go to this one up here. Toes and Tails. I know.
Toes and tails.
So a guy
Sounds like
I'm friends with, Clint, says, I'd like a woman that I could sing to sleep. The problem is he does this. Good night, sweetheart. Oh, the night. And does this rag smell like chloroform? Clint, that's a little scary. I want a woman I can sing to sleep. Chloroform. Oh.
Boy.
So we got anything? Anybody got anything productive tomorrow?
Hell
I
no.
just saw that tomorrow
Mm-mm.
they're having a pinup contest at Cycle World in Athens at 11 o'clock, which I planned on trying to make it out there because I just really wanted to ride out to Athens on a motorcycle.
Well, I told y'all I'm going to Shirley's Cutie Cakes tomorrow. That's productive. I mean, I haven't had a cutie cake since June.
Again, Top Dog Tavern has their monthly car show with a bunch of hot rods.
Everybody in my family's going to Myrtle Beach. I'll be running around my house in my underwear singing
Boy,
Kumbaya.
to
Time
be
to rock and
Yep.
roll.
Okay, and tonight at Social House we have the Idols. Then next Saturday, Dirty Blues Prophet, and then the 24th, Buffalo Ruckus.
Is there a drag show in the
Kim's nail show. Kim's nail salon. I just got from Ravens. I don't know how he knows, but hey, it is. What it is. Is that where you get your stuff did?
You ain't going to ruin Thanksgiving.
So we're out of here. Make sure you go check out Rob's performance, everybody, for some of your car cares. Copy Central for your other stuff.
Yeah.
When you need some copies, like in Mike's case, he keeps trying to clone himself
Yeah.
because he's got so much work to do. I don't know that they do that.
Multiplicity.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I watched it again the other night. Dr. Ink Eraser. Make sure you check them guys out. I need to get with them to get some stuff taken off my leg. I got to finish getting that done. We have, Now or Never Tattoo for all your tattoo needs. And then the new car wash. Since the sun's shining, you need to get that thing washed. Woo! Anybody else?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy New Squirrel. Speaking of squirrel, I got to call that one more about my squirrel.
I know. Where's my squirrels?
I want my stuffed squirrel.
He had to call this woman about a pet squirrel or a dead
I
squirrel.
called her about a stuffed squirrel.
Stuffed squirrel.
I said, I got to call this woman about a stuffed squirrel, and everybody just started dying laughing.
I fell out of the freaking chair laughing. It was so funny.
Here, let me dial her number and ask her what my
That's
squirrel
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I can say it.
We got a couple seconds.
Colin asked for.
And she may be listening. She may not be listening.
Ma'am.
Where's my stuffed squirrel?
Scotty has taken this, view on things here.
What?
May be listening, may not be listening.
I hear water in my ears.
That's the ocean chick.
Oh, that's Mike.
No, that's the phone being dialed.
Oh,
No, that's what water? Do you hear water?
Man, what are you hearing?
It's a lake.
Is there a lake near here?
See you in Tahiti.
Or see you next Tuesday.
Either one.
Don't say what that stands for this time.
Please.
All right, here we go, everybody.
Hello?
Yeah, I was calling to find out where my stuffed squirrel was. Where is? Where is it, bees? Where my
haven't
stuffed
seen
squirrel
my
be?
mama.
Huh?
I haven't seen my mama.
How come I'm asking you for a stuffed squirrel and you trying to hook me up with Jamal?
Your mama
She
got
said
to do
you have
it.
to fix it up. It's all nasty and dirty, and you don't want it to go to your house all nasty and dirty.
Well, you need to buy her a Venus and some Gillette with aloe.
They got them
Okay.
douche things.
Ew.
All right, will you call your mama and find out where my stuffed squirrel is?
Yeah.
It's at her house, and she's on a girls' trip right now, and I don't know when she'll be back. Hold your horses and be calm.
So that means there's a bunch of stuffed squirrels on a girls' trip.
I don't know.
Ding.
She's
Okay,
going
well,
on vacation.
have a good day. I guess you're at work.
I am.
Okay, I'll see you up there in a little bit. I got to come up and get them tail lights. Oh, by the way, Whitney, plug where you work.
Huh?
You're
Thank
live
you. Thank you.
on the radio. Plug where you work.
I work at Horizons Motorsports, the best place to get motorcycle parts in the world.
Woo! And they got a thing called a pick and save. Man, I save so much money up there buying motorcycle parts.
Pick and
Oh,
save.
we have customers that build bikes in the consignment room all the time.
That's right. All right. Well, I'll see you up there shortly. I got to get them new tail lights for the
All right, well,
low
let's go.
price of low. So, anyways, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody, we're out of here. It's just fun in the morning. Make sure you check out all the great sponsors. Look, man, as hot as it is, I suggest go get some windows tinted from Custom Tint and Sound. Because, dude, like, it's cooking on the backside of my house where the sun shines on my
90
sliding glass doors.
94 degrees today.
That's right.
It's the high.
It's about
That's
94 too damn much.
All right, and I will see y'all back on. I'll see y'all back
I'm going to go swimming.
in the lake.
No.
Oh.
My brother's got a badass pool.
How
I'm
come,
gonna go
we,
swimming.
how
I gotta
come
go
we
home
don't
first.
have a pool at the studio?
Yeah,
Scott?
really. How come
We got
don't
a
have
lake.
pool? No,
I want to.
Man, there is stuff in there that flesh eating, weed eating.
We don't know that.
We
I-
do know that.
I need a pool.
And it's Shark Week.
I got
Go
one.
in a damn pond.
You do?
Mhm.
I need a pool, but I need that like soft rubber thingy on the line.
What the hell? Need
Oh.
a soft rubber thingy. What are you talking about?
A pool.
Oh,
Starship. I mean,
my at the up by the horse park. My brother lives up there. You're more than welcome to come swim with me. It's a saltwater pool. And it's got a
Oh.
built-in hot tub.
And it has sharks. I'm kidding.
It doesn't have no sharks.
It's a fish tank.
That thing out back's probably got bacteria eating sharks.
Hey, jiggle that wire on the backside of that mic. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh.
I'd stop now. I think it's that. Anyways, we're out of here, everybody.
Yeah, something was acting crazy.
It's
earlier.
been just for fun. My wife just texted
Just a
because
beautiful
we've
day.
been trying to get a case for her phone and we just have
So-
it. And she just said she shattered her phone.
Oh,
Oh
crap.
man.
I
Yeah.
probably shattered mine too.
Hey, Doc.
Yes.
So no more morning show. You're just gonna be.
Well, what do
Thursday
y'all?
nights?
I mean, do y'all want?
Oh
me
my
back?
God.
We love
yes.
you.
Yeah,
I
want
love
me
you.
back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, I'll come back. For
Oh, that's sweet.
I'll
That's great.
accept from Monday.
If you have to.
I mean,
you know, if
Monday,
you-
Monday I can't come
Okay,
back,
that's
but
fine,
I'll
that's
be back
fine.
on Tuesday.
Okay.
But I think as your show gets started, I think it'll be a great cross.
What's going to be great,
Promotion.
blending it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie's on a little bit of a leave. We got to have that third person.
It's great. It's great.
Yes.
And well,
Tyler's going to be learning some more.
and we gotta do something with his hair. Jeez.
I
Tyler,
don't
you
look
know,
at him.
I go
Oh my
to
God.
Walmart in Loganville and I get my hair done, and they put amazing color in. Just ask for Z.
You go to
I've got-
Walmart to get your hair
I've
done?
got like clippers.
Seriously, I go to Walmart to get my hair done.
What? You look like a.
Okay,
Shoot
you
you
know
We can
what?
send you to
bad.
Zach. We'll
There's a
send you to
story-
Zach.
There's a story behind it.
I bet you there is.
Oh, I can't wait.
Is it
to find
scary?
out.
No.
Are you?
Can
gonna
you
ruin
talk
Thanksgiving?
about
It
it?
just started with trimming my beard.
Are you going to ruin Christmas
No.
with that haircut?
I've
You
already
will.
done that.
See, I think that we should like put a little bit of color
I
in
know.
it.
I know. I just didn't do anything with it today.
Okay, so we're out of here, everybody. Have a great day. We're going to go get us some
Have
food.
a great weekend.
Meet us at the Mandarin Garden. Say it,
that where
Mike.
we're
You say
going?
it better than me.
Is that where we're
Yes.
going? They're open now.
They will be by the time we get there.
Oh.
All right, everybody. We're out of here. We'll see you guys later.
Have a great
So you're
weekend.
Love you.
really
Peace
like
out, trouble.
A-Town
A-Town down.
right now.
Hey, remember everything. It's just for fun. Don't
Yeah.
take anything we say
Yeah.
too serious.
We're screwing around.
We're really not racist.
F the police.
We just support the Klan.
F the police straight out of Compton. Peace up, A-Town down.
Look at him smiling. We support the Klan on the rights that they have the freedom of speech.
Go ahead.
And we help special ed kids, and apparently them bastards is special. They need some help.
Well,
It's just for fun. Don't take anything too serious. You know why? Because it's just for fun.
It's the weekend. Shaka Khan.
Do you know what started that, sir? He can't do the shocker.
Oh my god.
You just figured out what that's about.
No, I didn't know what that was about.
You do now,
Oh,
don't
well, yeah, unfortunately.
you? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you think about that when you're eating Chinese food.
Probably won't.
Oh, I'm going to scream Shaka Khan in the restaurant.
And okay. Maybe that tall lady that
Yeah, she
I
likes me.
want a T-shirt.
Okay, go to Walmart when you're getting hair done.
No,
Are we still on air?
We're still on air.
oh,
We're out of here, everybody. We'll see y'all later. I let it keep playing because I wanted to see what was coming out of people's mouths.
That was beautiful.
Everybody, y'all have a terrific day. We'll see y'all later.
Nope,
I
just
want
change
a
the
Just
location.
for Fun radio shirt.
I did too.
This next song goes out to the kids at school.
Shut the fuck up.
The video's still running.
Is it?
Bye. Tricked her our first Friday. See y'all later.
See you in TD.
Shaka God! Shaka God!